What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. I have returned after a bit of a hiatus from doing the watch parties here. If you guys don't know, I missed the last game against the Memphis Grizzlies. If you can tell by my voice, I am a little bit under the weather, as they say. So, missed out on that Memphis game. Really needed that time off. To be honest, I can still use a bit of time off, but we are trudging along. We are pushing along. We are gonna get it done today. This might be the final time we see the Raptors as we know them, as we know it, because of course tomorrow is the day. Yeah, my voice had been fine all week. I've been sick for a few days. It's been fine. In the last hour or two, it's just my voice is going. So I don't know why all of a sudden that's what happened, but yeah, it gives me a nice little radio voice. But so I'm going to brighten up the spirits. Early super chat. Man, my voice is fucked. Early super chat coming in from Jay Conda. Thank you so much to Jay Conda for the super chat. So consistently giving in the super chats to support the content, support the stream. I appreciate it very much. He says, "What's up, Raptors family? Let's go Raptors." If you guys recall, 2 years ago, day before the trade deadline, the Raptors had a game against the Denver Nuggets where they're expected to lose. And they absolutely destroyed the Nuggets. That was the only Raptors win in March of 2021. It was supposed to be Kyle Lowry's farewell game. Little did we know it was Norman Powell's farewell game. It was the game where Kyle Lowry was seen crying in the tunnel with the peace sign, or I don't know, he gave up the trio. It wasn't this, it was this after the game, whatever it was. I'm sure you can see that photo in your mind now. But only one win in March, and it came the day before trade deadline. Well, today it's a lot easier. You're not playing the Nuggets. You are playing against the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs, they suck. Let's keep it honest here. They are not a good basketball team. The Raptors should take care of business today. Man, my voice is bad. I played it through. I can hear it. It is not good. So hope it still sounds okay. Like I said, I missed the previous stream because I am sick. And you know what? Staying up till 1 a.m. to watch LeBron James break the all-time scoring record, even though it was worth it, it did not benefit my health. Now, I would stay up and ruin my health 101 times out of 100 to watch that game again, because that is an all-time moment. That is a core memory. I don't think I will ever forget where I was when I watched LeBron score 38,388. Because that was quite spectacular. And the way he did it as well. I wish the Lakers could have won to kind of cherry on top for that. But the way LeBron went about that game, I'm not trying to disrespect Kobe's final game in any way where he dropped, was it 60? I think it was 60. It wasn't just 50, right? It was 60, I believe. I'm not trying to disrespect that game, but I believe Kobe took 50 shots in that game. And, that well warranted. Go get yours, right? Go, your last game, go do that. LeBron didn't play like that in this game. He only took 20 shots and hit 13 of them. So he was just unbelievably good in that game. It was 61. Thank you for the correction. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm genuine. I'm just saying, I thought LeBron would go out shooting everything, and he didn't. But he was just so surgical in that game and the way he played. It was very, very impressive. I gotta let my cat out. My cat was in here. The L room. Nah, I mean, you can't take that away. That is all time. That is all time moment. And again, nothing will take that away. Give me 1 sec. I'm not gonna go bare. I need to let my cat out. All right, Goose, get out of here. Go. It would have been better if they won, but they the Thunder look, the Lakers look really bad, and I think that's what we got from yesterday as well. The Thunder, man, they've been playing some really good basketball lately. That is an interesting team heading towards potentially a play-in tournament. especially if Portland drop off, if Golden State drop off, and all that. But that was a really, really good, a really, really fun game to watch. It was worth it. But again, my health suffered. I spent all day thinking, like, okay, get to bed like 10 o'clock, get a good sleep, try to sleep this godforsaken sickness away. And I was kind of napping over the course of the evening. And I'm like, it was like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, LeBron's 36 away. I'm like, I don't think he'll get 36 tonight. I gotta watch the Thursday game. And then around that time, I saw LeBron. I saw the suit he pulled up to the game in, the all black. I saw the headphones that had 38,388 on the top. I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was courtside. I saw LeBron's family was courtside. Jay-Z, a whole host of other celebrities were courtside. Apparently, Steph Curry and Draymond Green were there. I didn't see them, so I don't know if that's true. But at that point, I saw his demeanor pregame. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, he's doing this tonight. He's absolutely doing this tonight. So I bet a lot on that to happen. I won a lot of money because he did it. And I'm happy. I'm very, very happy I stayed up. That is something you got to watch live. That was quite wrong. They weren't, okay. I assumed because I didn't see them. Anyways, it was star-studded occasion. I'm happy I stayed up. But I have paid the price today. It's also a really busy week for me because work is always busy. And it's trade deadline. This is one of the most important weeks of the year for NBA content creation. So all that together has just not been a good formula for getting back to good health. But it is what it is. I just cannot get sick right now. I am that person right now. Hopefully good for the weekend though. Further scheduling updates. So I know I was on vacation a couple weeks ago. I missed some streams. I said, we're back to normal, back to every game. Well, I got some bad news coming up as well. So February 14th, I'm not going to be streaming that Raptors game. That's the last one for the All-Star break. I don't need to tell you why. On February 14th, I'm not going to be streaming, but I'm not. February 12th is this Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and I will not be able to stream for that one as well. So unfortunately, the 2 games before the All-Star break, I won't be streaming. I will try to stream once or twice over the All-Star break just to keep us going because the Raptors play next on the 23rd. I don't want to go from the Friday game on the 10th against the Jazz all the way to the 23rd without doing a stream. So I'll try to get in 1 or 2. I usually do the All-Star game. I do some sort of watch along. This year, I generally don't enjoy doing those streams, so I don't know if we're gonna do that. Maybe we'll do like the dunk contest or something, but I'll try to get one like Q&A stream involved in the next week or so. But yeah, unfortunately, Sunday and Tuesday, I will not be able to stream. But we got today, which is great. We got Friday as well, and tomorrow. If you want more live stream watch party content, I am going to be doing a live watch party for the NBA trade deadline from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. The catch is it's not going to be on this channel. It'll be a work thing. For my job, it'll be on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. You can just search on YouTube, the Hammer HQ. You can also go into the pinned tweet in the chat right now, which has the link to that YouTube channel where you can go to the live page and see the upcoming stream. I'll be hosting that from 2 to 4 p.m. I'll have 2 guests. I'll be hosting it with @PipsNBA from Twitter, who I do a betting show with every weekday morning. We'll be reacting to the trades after they've happened from 3 to 4. But before that, while trade deadline's still going on, from 2:15 to 3 p.m. Eastern time roughly, the long-awaited, finally here, you guys have been asking for this. You guys have been waiting for this. Myself and Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest will be collabing finally for the very first time on that live stream from 2:15 to 3 p.m. I'm going live starting at 2 p.m. though, so get subscribed to that channel. Again, link is in the pinned post or the pinned chat, the pinned thing at the top of chat. Go to that channel and get yourself ready. Get subscribed there so you're ready for when me and Josh are live together tomorrow. We'll be answering questions. We'll be talking about all the trades as they happen. We will be talking a little bit of, it won't be like Raptor specific, admittedly, because it is NBA related. But of course, if you guys are in there, we will be talking some Raptors stuff in the process. I'll put the link to that live stream in chat right now. If you want to go to that, hit a thumbs up on that before we even get started. Hit a thumbs up on this stream as well. Get a thumbs up on this stream. We want to hit 50 likes before the end, of the first quarter. But yes, I will go through the entire chat in just a second, but a lot of housekeeping things I wanted to go through. That one in particular, I'm really, really excited for. Me and Josh going to be working together for the first time, and it will not be the last time we work together as well. But excited for that. Not excited that I might lose my voice, but we're going to power through. 2-hour watch party for that game tomorrow as the NBA trade season officially wraps up, and I'm expecting some big things to happen in the final hour. You know the Raptors like to leave their business late, and we'll see exactly what they do there. But yes, myself and Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest, no Riker. It's just going to be Josh. Potentially in the future, there'll be something with all of them, but for tomorrow, it is myself and Josh involved with that watch party. So hope to see you guys there. Josh will be on until 3 p.m. Then I'll have another guest who will be recapping. But we want as many people in the chat as possible. We want many people hanging out in the chat as possible to kind of help us along with the content. We'll be because it's with my work, it will be going on with a betting twist as well. We'll be talking about betting because I work for a gambling media company. So we'll also be doing that sort of thing. But we want to answer your questions as well. And we know that the Raptors are going to be so significant tomorrow into how all of the action unfolds, whether they do a lot, whether they do a little, whether potentially they do nothing. All right. Get subscribed to the Hammer HQ. Again, pinned post in the chat right now. Check that out. I'll be reminding you guys as we go throughout the stream. But appreciate the people that have gone over there and subscribed already. And I do see another like. So somebody went over and liked it as well. All right. Let's say what's up to the people in chat. It's been long enough. Laura Wong, welcome to the stream. Dive to Drive. Gregory, Skywalkin, Zahir Beats. My moderator, Roman. And also Amateur Event. Thank you for joining. Brian Mugg, what is up? Nana Faviata, the GOAT, is here. What's going on? Nana Faviata, one of my streams on the board this week, or at least one of them. Thank you so much for doing that, checking that out. Same with my other moderator, Adam, who I believe is here, who had checked out my live streams on the board YouTube channel as well. Ted Chohan's here. Doug B, what's going on? Welcome back, Doug. Neil DeCruz is here. Jay Conda, of course, with that big super chat from earlier. Matt is joining. Hermes is here. X Bartosh is here. That's how I pronounce it. Sorry if it's wrong. Kyle's here. Nameless. Amateur Army Vets here. Phoenix is here as well. Speed Demon as well. And some new people coming in. Dwight, what's going on? Dwight is here. Jasper is here. Darshan Patel. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with me today. Let's scroll up a little bit. Phoenix asks, we already did a comment on Twitter about Fred, but I seriously doubt anything overall is happening at the deadline. It will be in the offseason. Yeah, so I'm starting to think that the Raptors typically ask for a lot at these trade deadlines. You could argue rightfully so, but I think there is going to be less action than we're maybe hoping for here. Mark Steindrop, we're heavily pursuing Poeltl. So somebody also asked, I'm sorry, I forget who asked it, but let me scroll up. Somebody asked about Gary Trent for Jakob Poeltl. I was going to say, and I did speak about it today on the Board YouTube channel, that I believe Jakob Poeltl is in town tonight with the San Antonio Spurs. I believe Jakob Poeltl will not be leaving. He is going to stay in Toronto, and he is going to be a Toronto Raptor come tomorrow. I do not want this trade to be Gary Trent Jr. going the other way, especially if it's Jakob Poeltl, if it's Gary Trent with a pick going the other way. I would like to bring in Poeltl. I do not want it to be a first round pick going. Like I can live. My assumption is, I think it's a safe assumption that if the Raptors are trading for an expiring contract, there is at least a good amount of security that he is going to stay beyond this season and that there's some sort of extension talk in place. That is my belief. I do not want to trade away this first round pick. You have to give a pick because Gary Trent won't stay beyond this season. And essentially, if Gary Trent leaves and we trade 1-for-1, then they traded away Poeltl for nothing. They have to get compensated in some way. I believe the Raptors, they make that, will extend him. I believe there will be an extension in place if they do trade for him. And I would like to trade for him because that is the rim protector you can kind of bank on for the next couple of years. Koloko can be your backup big. He's not ready to take that step to be a starting big. If he does take a big step, then great. You got an excellent big on your bench. But if not, you've got Jakob Poeltl. He's the type of player that I think this team needs. I've spoken about that for a couple of months now. And Siakam would get his best friend back too. I guess that'd be a little bit of an added cherry on top to that one. But it is strange that Jakob Poeltl currently is warming up in Spurs gear, playing against the Raptors, and tomorrow morning he might be a Toronto mid-game. Maybe I don't think mid-game, but I don't know. Maybe Masai is like, I don't want Jakob Poeltl playing against my team tonight. We're getting this shit done right now. It helps Pascal as well. I like that as well. Based on the noise, there's a lot of noise going on at this time of year, a lot of sort of rumors coming out and everything. I try my best to take everything and piece it together in the most logical way. Based on what I'm seeing, Siakam wants to remain here. He'll accept going anywhere if he gets traded. He's fine with that. But I believe Pascal Siakam wants to succeed here. And I believe that is putting a commitment that you want to put good players around Pascal to help him. I believe Jakob Poeltl is absolutely a player that does that. We have to, again, remember that Gary Trent Jr., if it is a Gary Trent Jr. for Jakob Poeltl trade, you have to remember Gary Trent's contract situation. Gary Trent might be leaving at the end of the season. We don't know what's going on there. We don't know if we can extend him. We don't know if he wants to extend here. We just don't know. I personally would not want to do that. I would not want to trade Gary Trent for Jakob Poeltl. But if Jakob Poeltl is a player you can bring back, get him on an extension, he can be your big for the foreseeable future. That's something that I can be pretty content with. And like Phoenix is saying, that shows a commitment to Pascal Siakam that you want to work with him. You want to put a good team around him. The thing about bigs that they take a while to develop as well. Like typically bigs are the longest development pieces, and I think there's a lot of tools there we can work with for Koloko when we get there. Raptors are never a position bigs, so always get to choose or not to choose. Yeah, I think that's a good point. We don't need to do all these things, but I think the OG situation is. The OG situation's kind of tough because I think the Raptors still value him really highly, and I don't know if they're going to get the high valuation that they are going to be looking for there. Again, we'll just kind of have to see how all of that plays out. I don't see OG going. I mean, I can see anything. I generally am not ruling anything out. My prediction is that OG stays, Siakam stays, Fred VanVleet gets traded. Now, I can see Fred easily staying. If teams will want to pay the asking price, maybe the Raptors have placed on Fred VanVleet. We don't know what's going to go on there with Fred VanVleet. Gary Trent, maybe he's the more likely to trade, especially now if we're still heavily engaged in these Jakob Poeltl decisions, as we were talking about. There's a lot that could go. There's a lot that could go down in the next less than 24 hours. How many hours away are we from the deadline? We are 18 and a half hours away from the NBA trade deadline. I'm not going to rule anything out. I'm not going to make that mistake. But my prediction is that OG and Siakam stay. Gary Trent, I'm not so sure anymore, but I think Fred VanVleet, I think there will be a deal. I don't know what it's going to be, but I think a team will trade for Fred VanVleet. I don't buy into the Ben Simmons stuff. That was a topic of video yesterday. I gotta say, in terms of like making an enticing title and thumbnail, with all due respect, I don't like gas myself up. I hit a fucking home run yesterday with that thumbnail. Ben Simmons photoshopped into a Raptors jersey and Pascal Siakam photoshopped into a Nets jersey. That was an absolute home run. Make no mistake about it. And I very much do not like gassing myself up. But I know when I have hit a four bagger, and that was definitely one yesterday. It took me a little while to do that, but that's what it was. Javier says the Raptors are asking it should be high. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. The Raptors value OG very highly. They know a lot of teams kind of covet a piece like that. I think it's likely that, not likely, but I think there's a big possibility he stays as a result of that. Probably not Gary Trent for Jakob. It's a 3-2 trade where another team gets Gary. They send San Antonio Spurs assets. That could also happen. That does make sense as well. That would make more sense from a Spurs perspective, and that would also make more sense from a Raptors perspective. But yeah, we'll see on that. Joseph loves the channel. Keep going hard. Appreciate that, man. Going through health and sickness right now. Through sickness, it's a big week for the channel, and we're powering through. As you can tell from my voice. Greg likes the thumbnail. Yeah. Sometimes I feel a little bit icky sometimes. The thumbnail was fine. The title was not fine. It wasn't not fine, but it was like, it was pushing it because it was just insinuating that the Raptors were going to do it. But in the video, I say they're not going to do it. And somebody kind of opened my eyes to this. So I usually, like, with the titles, I make it like doom and gloom. And then the video is me calming it down type of thing. Where somebody commented, kind of opened my eyes to this. They're like I come to your channel so I don't see people freaking out about everything, but then I see your title is you freaking out, but the video is absolutely not that. Like, I come here to calm down, but your title makes it seem like you're not calm about all this, so I don't end up watching the video. I was like, you know what? That's really accurate, but I guess the point of the titles and thumbnails is that I'm hoping the subscribers return and just watch the videos, and that this gets the new people to the channel. That's kind of the point. That's what you have to be thinking about when you see the title and thumbnail. It is what it is, but it's a business at the end of the day, right? But my thought process, I'm trying to get non-subscribers to click, and I'm hoping that the subscribers just click normally because they subscribe. So I hope they like the content type of thing. But we'll go back into the Raptors part of the discussion here. So Jakob Poeltl is playing. I would predict Jakob Poeltl tomorrow is a Toronto Raptor. I said that this morning on my live betting show on the Board YouTube channel. I'm reiterating that stance here. I tweeted this morning as well. So Jakob Poeltl is in town with the San Antonio Spurs, but he's not going to be leaving with them. I believe he will be a Raptor tomorrow. I believe that the Raptors want to bring him in and want to give him that extension. I believe OG's asking price is going to be too high, and he will ultimately stay with the Raptors. And I'm okay with that. I am kind of interested in just getting that absolute haul for OG and building around that. But I also feel Masai thinks that the team isn't completely broken. It just needs new things to make it work again for maybe the remainder of this season, but more importantly, next season. It'll be nice, yeah, Jakob Poeltl as the guy to teach, I guess you could say, Koloko would be nice. Jakob Poeltl's age, it's not like a huge concern. He's 27 years old. That's a very good age to have him at. You'll probably sign him like through 2-3 years, and you'll have him into like his early 30s. But I don't think Jakob Poeltl is a guy whose game relies significantly on his age or on his athletic ability, rather. So I feel like with him, it'll be nice because you don't have to worry about the aging body because he's just a smart player. He's a good defender. He doesn't rely on the athleticism. That's what makes him a good player. Would you consider OG for Tyus Jones package? I really, really like Tyus Jones. However, I think Jones's next step is actually, like, I think that's a starting point guard in the next few years. I think I struggle to see a backup point guard that is better than him in the NBA. I could be missing one, But I think he's a starter. Like I would say, if you get Tyus Jones, make him your starter and let him get better in those spots because you're paying him less. But I guess what do I want to see from a trade? I know I keep saying if OG wants to go, you let him go. But I'm very keen on getting that King's ransom for OG. Like I'm very keen. Part of me just wants to see like that change where you get 3 picks and young players for OG and just see what you can do with all that. Part of me really wants to see that. Even though I love OG, I just maybe it's just such a good return that I'm open to it, even if he wants to be here, type of thing. But I'm also, like I said, fine with keeping him. Yeah, I'm not going to settle for OG by any means whatsoever. You want Anthony Edwards? That's never happening. Like that's pretty much an untouchable piece there. You want Isaac and Suggs or Isaac and Cole Anthony? I'd like Suggs. How funny would it be if Orlando wanted VanVleet? We got Suggs back, and you have Suggs and Scotty Barnes. That would turn that draft into like an A++. I got to turn on my fan. It's getting a bit hot in here. One sec, guys. Excuse me. No, you can. Emmanuel quickly is plausible. Like the Knicks are interested in OG. If they're getting OG, then they're giving away 3 bad picks, and you're getting young players. Like you can get Toppin, you could get Grimes. Excuse me. You could also get Emmanuel Quickly. Not all of them, but you could get one, and salary filler. It's plausible you get Emmanuel Quickly 100%. I mean, yeah, I prefer Claxton as well, but like Claxton he's not untouchable, but he is certainly coveted. I keep using that word, but he's certainly coveted by Brooklyn. The Raptors were talking about Siakam going into Brooklyn apparently for a Claxton deal. I would love Claxton. I don't see him going anywhere. I think that ship has sailed. I've wanted Claxton for a while. So one thing that was a bit of a misconception from last season that I was upset about, apparently, I've listened to some podcasts recently. I was listening to the Low Post with Zach Lowe and Brian Windhorst, my 2 favorite ESPN creators. They're on the show together, which is awesome. They spoke about the Raptors wanting Claxton last season at the deadline. Now, I was under the impression last summer, according to reports, that the Raptors wanted Claxton, but the Raptors did not want to give up a first to get him. And I was like, at the time, like, man, I think they should have done that. But now I am learning that the Raptors did offer a first, and that the Brooklyn Nets said no and did not want to trade Claxton. So that was per Brian Windhorst and Zach Lowe, 2 sources that I have complete and utmost faith in. Especially Brian Windhorst. It was a pick was offered by the Raptors. The Brooklyn Nets said no. Would have been nice. We didn't know he'd take such a jump, but yes, the Raptors. That's what I was getting to. I was incorrect. I don't know if I was. I mean, I guess I was wrong because I said it, but I was going off of the information that I had seen. Yeah, how about Cam Thomas, by the way? 3 40-plus point games in a row. I watched a bit of that game against the Suns. What the fuck is going on with this guy? So Cam Thomas is a scorer. This is quite a not blip. I guess it's quite the purple patch for Cam Thomas. How sustainable is that? Well, it's not, obviously. Nobody's going to get 40-plus a game. But I think the scoring potential has been there, but his defense is a problem. His willingness to play defense is a bigger problem. His consistency from a scoring standpoint has been questionable. I do believe, though, I can kind of see a similar career trajectory for Cam Thomas to Clarkson, a guy who is like a big volume scorer. And I guess like Jordan Clarkson struggled the first little bit of his career with the Lakers, the Cavaliers to really solidify any place. But I think there's a good spot. I don't know if it is Brooklyn, but I think there's a good spot for Cam Thomas around the league to maybe get to that sort of Jordan Clarkson type of role where I think it's a good comparison. And because clearly he can put the ball in the fucking basket. Clearly he can score. He's been buried on the Brooklyn bench. When a guy is like deep on a bench, there's always a reason why. And for Cam Thomas, wow, my voice is bad. For Cam Thomas, it's his defense. If he plays harder on defense, even he'll probably get more of a role. This might open up extra things because TJ Warren has not exactly gotten a lot of play time, but a role could open up for Cam Thomas here. I wonder if a trade could open up as well. Maybe it's not tomorrow. It could be in the offseason, but I think there's value on Cam Thomas for a team looking for a high volume scorer coming off of your bench just to put the damn ball in the bucket. We'll see. He averages 8 a game. Like, it's crazy what he's doing. Sure, I mean, it's a deep team as well, but I wouldn't say like all these guys like that I'm seeing get consistent play time are significant guys keeping him out. Yeah, TJ Warren hasn't really played much since coming back. I haven't watched a lot, but it looks like he hasn't played much. You guarantee he's going to score 40 again. I'm actually intrigued now as to what his over-under on points is going to be. This is not... I'd have to see the line. I'm going to assume... I'm assuming it's not out yet, first of all. No props on that. I'm going to assume it's going to be pretty inflated. Probably with some value on the under. It's just like, are you betting against Cam Thomas? Are you going to actually bet against Cam Thomas? Let's actually see what his over-under was for that game, where yesterday we did once again score 40 points in a narrow loss to the Phoenix Suns. Let's see. Cam Thomas, his over-under points is 22.5. So, oh man, that's a lot. That's probably going to go up. That's probably going to be... Who are they playing? Tomorrow they play Chicago. Ooh, I can see that going up. Probably if it's like 23-24, I feel like the under has value. But like, you get a bet against Cam Thomas right now, the way he's playing, that'll be the question. I wonder if anybody in chat who bets, anybody go against LeBron yesterday? I saw, I don't know if it was 32.5 did feel kind of high, but I did bet on a good boost at 36 plus points, so essentially to break the record. Did anybody, be honest, I won't clown you, because I feel like there might have been some interesting value on the under. Anybody go for a LeBron under 32.5 yesterday? I honestly was kind of close to doing it until I saw the good boost on the over. I don't know if I would have done it, though. Especially after seeing that all-black Super game. I was like, this is toast. That record is toast tonight. For some reason, I feel like the Raptors do deal OG or Fred VanVleet. If they do deal OG or Fred VanVleet, it'll be for someone straight out of the left field for young players and picks. Flip those to Spurs for Jakob Poeltl. What many people have said, and what I will reiterate, we have no idea what Masai Ujiri is thinking or doing until he does it. Like, all signs 2 years ago pointed to Kyle Lowry is going to be gone. And then out of left field, Norman Powell for Gary Trent. Like, who the fuck saw Gary Trent to the Raptors coming, right? But he goes everywhere. He does his homework. He shops around the entire league. And sometimes he strikes, a lot of times in trades, he strikes gold. And I have a lot of faith in him in those markets. You bet the over 4.5 minutes of stoppage. I didn't see that anywhere, but great bet, man. The record was 38,388. I mean, that's such a historic moment. You'll never forget that game. 60K is too much. That's more than my salary, but a lot more. But If you got it, you can afford it. Jesus, I mean, what a moment. All right. Game has begun here in Toronto. Jakob Poeltl has started for the Spurs. He is still a Spur. Raptors might be a Raptor tomorrow. We'll see. I predict that he will not return with the Spurs and he'll stay in Toronto and become a Raptor. We will see, though. Raptors today, amidst all the trade rumors, as Richardson hits an early three. Amidst all the trade rumors going on, the Raptors have all of their players here. I had suspicion the guys would be resting, as Barnes with a nice feed down low to Pascal Siakam for the layup. Raptors with the full cavalry, except for OG, who remains out injured. That one is suspicious, but he's been injured, and he's still injured today. I didn't think he'd play today. Let's say that. I got a tattoo on it. What tattoo? With 38, 388? I'd get like some small LeBron tattoo tribute. I'd do like a Kobe one, a LeBron one. Garmin, what's up? Let's see what happens with Raps tonight and tomorrow. Gonna be crazy. You had a good bet. Wow, congratulations on the great game. Those are better stats than I've ever gotten. What's my career high in high school basketball? It was 8. I went 4 for 5. I went stupid that game, man. It feels really good when it feels equally demoralizing and good when you catch the ball in mid-range and the defender does this to you. Little bit demoralizing, but then you feel really good when you hit that jumper. So that's what happened in my career high game. And then it happened a second time after I hit the first one. It happened again. And I hit it again. That's how good I was at basketball. I got waved off on mid-range jumpers. That was my life. Never claimed to be good. Get me on the soccer pitch, though. We got a different discussion. I'll wipe anybody. All right, 4-3 for the Raptors early on after the Keldon Johnson early three. Siakam, though, with the turnover. He's been very sloppy on turnovers in the last few weeks. Hopefully that's not a theme of tonight's performance. Raptors, by the way, are favored by 11 points here. Want to remind you guys as well to hit the like button on this stream. Let's try to get to 50 likes by the end of the first quarter. Support the content. Get us on some more recommended pages. Johnson to Poeltl, future Raptor, Jakob Poeltl, who gives it to Johnson. Johnson works inside. Tough layup is good. Keldon Johnson. He's having a great season so far and finishes there. Greg asked, how many are us from Canada? I am absolutely from Canada. I'm sure most people here are Canadian, but there's quite a few Americans also. Trent for 3, no good. But, wow, Greg, big Scotty Barnes fan, if he's willing to come here, support the Raptors from Florida. That is a big commitment. I mean, I understand if you're in the Orlando area, I understand not wanting to have anything to do with that team. But from Peel, I always say I'm in the GTA. I'm not in Toronto. I will be in Toronto eventually. I'm hoping to move there and buy an apartment in the summer to downtown Toronto. But right now, I don't live in Toronto, but I live close. Close enough that I can take a bus and get to Toronto. What is fair value for Jakob Poeltl? It unfortunately is likely a protected first. The Raptors might circumvent that by putting Trent in the deal and making. I think Phoenix is kind of on the money with it being a 3-team trade. We'll see. You graduated in Florida State, watched Scotty. Oh, that's so cool. College sports in general is so like meh in Canada. As Siakam mid-range gets it over Poeltl. Although when I went to university, the best player in the country played there, so it was actually quite electric. But not even close to the level of excitement you get from U.S. school sports. Bad turn there by Scotty results in an easy bucket for the Spurs. And Johnson, again, Raptors down 8-6 here. It must be tough. I got to say, it must be tough. As Barnes nearly gets that and one. It must be tough to play today. I mean, The energy in that Memphis game was very, very off. I think we all felt it. Yet somehow the Raptors pulled through and won that game. That was crazy, the way they came back and won. Scottie Barnes is him, if you haven't heard, or if you don't know yet. He's actually great in the fourth floor. It's like why is he not consistent? Why is he so good in the fourth, not the rest of the game? But I don't think it's a negative that your young star has a knack for playing really well in the fourth quarter in the clutch, right? Today must be weird, though. How many guys are out there right now for the final time in a Raptors uniform? The team, as we know it, may completely shake up tomorrow. Now, nothing may happen tomorrow, but I'm sure at least one trade will happen involving the Raptors. I mean, it's got to happen. Something's got to happen for Toronto. So playing today must be a bit of a weird feeling for a bunch of the players in the court. What's not about you? You call me amateur. It's okay. It is a sad thought. Like, this could be Gary Trent's last game. This could be Fred VanVleet's last game. VanVleet is like a top 10 all-time Raptor, probably. And this might be the last time he ever plays for the Raptors. It's a crazy thought. What's going on to Payne? You call me amateur. I don't care. It's the name I chose. FSU had a damn good European center, but he exited in being like half season. Yeah, there's a lot of like bigs, I guess, in the college game that don't translate to the NBA game as the three ball drops there for Pascal Siakam. We'll take that. Raptors up 10-9. It's like Luka Garza, college player of the year at Iowa. Was it Iowa State or Iowa? One of those. It was Iowa, I think. Anyways, he's gonna be out of the league if he's not already. No, he's still on a team. Who's he play for? He plays for somebody. He's gonna be out of the league though. It's crazy. Athleticism is so important. He doesn't have it. Gary Trent working on Johnson, gets inside, floats up with the right, no good, and the rebound falls in the hands of a Spurs player. Here they come again the other way. It's Johnson to the rim and finishing. Tough shot at the rim. Keldon Johnson having himself a game so far. What's going on, Jamaican Amateur Hour Army vet joining us. So far, just like your normal game. Nothing crazy. Yeah, not enough athleticism. It's a lot of college ball players. It's just the same thing. No good there on the jumper for the Spurs, and Poeltl's fouled and he'll head to the free throw line. So the one area of Poeltl's game which I don't like, he can't fucking hit free throws. And he's going to take a couple when we get back from this timeout break. Siakam for Durant, I don't think the Nets will go for that. Yeah, like look, I like I said earlier on the stream, somebody's saying like we say like, you know, we're all prepared for such a big trade deadline, then nothing happens really. Last trade deadline, I don't think we are expecting something crazy though. This one we are. Like my prediction is OG stays, Siakam stays. I think Fred goes and Gary Trent maybe goes. It's hard to predict. I might be completely wrong on that, but I don't think there's going to be the fireworks that we are necessarily expecting. Like it's tough to completely overhaul your team at any point, let alone in the space of a day, which is what we're dealing with right now. Pascal still shoot three more. I feel like he's got to shoot it less lately. He's got to shoot more from the corner though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we want action, but at the end of the day, Masai is not going to lose that trade. Like he, as bad as we need a trade, sometimes he's not going to lose a trade just for the sake of it, just to change. He is an absolute whiz when it comes to making trades. Well, Phoenix might be your last time watching it, so. Yeah, Zach Edey is the Purdue center that KW is referencing. Zach Edey declared for the draft this year, but there wasn't enough interest. He undeclared. He's the exact player that fits the description of great in college, but not great in the NBA. Just doesn't have the archetype that fits the NBA, likely. But he's like so good for Purdue. It has been for a while now, but I don't know if that'll translate to the NBA. I mean, I hope the best for him, but we'll see. Scotty is Toronto untouchable franchise player. I wouldn't call him the franchise player, but he's untouchable because we have faith we can build around him for the next 7.5 years at minimum, which is worth keeping a hold of. And there's high he's a rookie of the year. There's high expectations for him. Don't worry about leaving early. You don't need to apologize. Masai refers to trades the offseason. Yeah, I mean, where more business can be conducted. But, he traded Rudy Gay midseason. I believe it was a midseason, if I remember correctly. He traded Norman Powell midseason. If there's a deal to be done, he's not going to hesitate if it's a good deal. Yeah, Skyman's 21. He's already good. That Memphis game showcases what he can be. Yeah, Scotty in a few years. He's not even close. He's 21. He's younger than me. He's younger than me by a couple years. How old am I? How old is a couple years? No, the Raptors had a game today. I didn't expect a trade before today, as Poeltl at the line connects and makes it a 15-10 game. Siakam to Thad. Thad and Boucher have checked in. Siakam mid-range. Rattles it inside. Pascal Siakam looking good so far tonight against his best buddy and maybe future teammate, Jakob Poeltl. Down low for Poeltl at the rim, and he misses. Pressure there from VanVleet late. Helped deter that layup. Siakam takes it right at Poeltl, puts it up, and is going to head to the free throw line. No friendships on the court. Siakam going right at Poeltl there. We're going to have good offense. Mismatch, Hunt. Draw help. Kick where he comes. The most important part. No need to chuck the three. Tack the closeout, creating even bigger punctures the opposite offense. It seems simple. I'm sure it's not as simple, but we don't do that stuff enough. And we got to get to the point where that's flowing in a simple way. Siakam misses the first free throw there. Is that Isaiah Roby? If you had to decide right now, whose team is this, Pascal or Scotty? No clue there. Scotty's not the best player by like Siakam is much better than Barnes. That's fine. There's such a big age gap. But this is definitely not Scotty's team. Everybody knows that. If I had to choose between one to keep, I'm keeping Barnes, of course, but Thad for 3 here doesn't go. But it's not like Barnes is at a level where he's commanding the ball instead of Pascal. He's just not as good as him yet. Maybe he'll get there one day. Another bucket there, and I believe that is Isaiah Roby, who just finished there. Roby's not very good. Young loses it, and turnover there. Here comes Roby again at the rim, and he turns it right back. That's the Isaiah Roby I know. Gary Trent to Boucher, open for 3, and he's open for business. Chris Boucher. I believe that is 9 straight games with a made 3 for Boucher. Something along the lines of that. He's been excellent lately from deep, and it's really, really benefiting not only his game, but the Raptors game in general, who have won 4 of their last 7. 4 on that West Coast road trip, as we know. And Siakam right to the hole again. Finishes through the contact from Roby and gives the Raptors a lead 18-17. This is not a lot of shot IQ a lot of times, sure. Scotty jumper is devastating, sure. So is Simmons. I feel like there was definitely a lack of willingness from Simmons to get better, though. I don't think Scotty Barnes shares that trait, much to the dismay of Doug Smith. But I think, Scotty's already far superior than Simmons. Like, Simmons literally did not and could not shoot threes. Barnes, like, has hints of that jump shot already. It just needs to improve the efficiency and then slowly up the volume. Or maybe leave the volume the same, just hit more. Gary Trent nearly with a steal there as Dougie McBuckets checks in for the Spurs. McDermott, not a name I've seen thrown around a lot. Okay, fair enough. McDermott's not a name I've seen thrown around a lot. Like, there should be quite a few teams looking at Doug McDermott at this deadline. I don't know about what you guys think there. Fred with the steal. Works the other way. Hands off to Siakam. Back to Fred. If that was better run, that's an easy layup. That's not great. VanVleet gets inside the paint. Kicks out to Siakam in the corner for three. Siakam finishes. Was just talking about how I want to see more Siakam threes from the corner particularly. I prefer the left corner, but hey, wide open in the right corner. No problem there. Raptors lead by 22-17. Did Fred just cross Collins there? I thought Thad. Did Fred actually just cross Collins out of the gym or what? Did I not catch that? Nobody said anything in chat. Did Fred actually just cross the shit out of this guy? I would like another replay of that. Siakam is fucking cooking, man. God damn. Was that Thad or was that Fred? I don't know. Anyways, Siakam cooking with oil tonight. He is balling. We'll pull up the box. I'm not gonna pull it up, but I'll read it out to you guys on Siakam's box score in particular. Pascal Siakam tonight has 16 points. I will remind you, we're in the first quarter. We're currently in the first quarter with 4 minutes left. Siakam has 16 points. He's 6 for 6 from the field. He's hit both of his 3-pointers. He's got 4 rebounds and an assist. This guy's balling. I would be more surprised if Siakam took KD's spot. I think the disrespect has been laid out, and they're gonna go with Harden. Yeah, this guy's not an all-star. I've just accepted its record, and it's not him. But I feel bad for him. OG is not playing tonight. No OG tonight. Well, Siakam won't start if he's in. They'll take a guy from the reserves and start him. Who would start? I guess it'd be Jaylen Brown who would start. It could be. Oh, no, it's Embiid. Sorry. It's Embiid. Excuse me. Joel Embiid is going to start in the All-Star game in that case. Yes, of course. Just blanked on that for a second. Jaylen Brown's listed as guard. Okay. Well, in that case, obviously, it's Embiid. I don't know. Sometimes Brown plays as a 3. Well, Joel Embiid, I think rightfully is on the bench. Although he's taken such a huge step recently, like he could be a finalist for MVP again. Especially the way the Sixers are playing. Okay, back from commercial. Fresh off of more Siakam buckets. And the Spurs are going to get back into it. At the rim, blocked by Boucher. Here come the Raptors with Fred VanVleet in transition. Who nails the 3-pointer? Fred VanVleet puts the lead up to 8 on that transition look. Those are the ones that, like, you're livid if he misses, but then, he makes them a lot like that. Siakam, I guess we'll give him the steal there. VanVleet for 3, no good. Rebound Siakam. Did Siakam get the steal for that, technically? Juancho to Thad, defended by McDermott, and Thad throws it away. This is another turnover by Thad. Well, Tatum this season has performed better. You could make a case. That's why, especially early season when he was the MVP front runner. Siakam in transition, kick out to Juancho. Juancho, please, bro. Juancho, wide open three. Can't hit, but thankfully Thaddeus Young cleans up the garbage and gets the put back to go. Oh, of course it's due to the record. Which is what I've accepted. But, like I said at the time, DeRozan is on there, and the Bulls have a bad record, and Halliburton's on there, and the Pacers have a bad record, so that's why I'm frustrated. But I know why he didn't make it. VanVleet at the free throw line with the jumper, no good. Rebound eventually in the hands of Roby. Roby to Keldon Johnson. Now Zach Collins backing down Thaddeus Young, kicking in the corner. Keldon Johnson behind the backboard on the three, no good. Rebound by Juancho. Here's VanVleet. Attacking the rim and finishing. Past the defense from McDermott. Impressive play there from Fred. McDermott in the corner. I don't know who that is, but he hits a three. 3-ball drops. Wesley. I've never heard of him. Yeah, Jamar, I don't understand how he's there, but I don't want to talk about that. Siakam, mid-range, another one for Spicy P. What a player. What a player, man. 7 for 7 from the field for Siakam. 18 points. Another miss and a rebound by Pascal. If the Raptors give 2 firsts for Poeltl, I'm going to be pretty goddamn upset. I can't lie. Turned over again by Thad. I think that's 3 turnovers for Thad. Roby to the rim, and he finishes. Holy shit, Thad. How is this guy still out here right now? Flight Reacts had Scotty starting. I don't think Scotty's going to be should have been All-Star season. Hot take. VanVleet for 3. This one's no good. Wow. Deep 3 by Johnson. Way, way off the mark. VanVleet attacking the rim and finishing again. This time, the contact leads to a foul. We spoke about how good Fred has been. How good Siakam has been. How about how good Fred has been as well so far in this game, putting on a solid performance here. If it's the first would have to be like pretty heavily, not heavily, but protected. Like you're not giving up a lottery pick for Poeltl, but like again, I have faith in the Raptors front office, Masai in particular, when it comes to trades. As VanVleet makes free throw, I have a lot of faith. Like Masai isn't going to get fleeced, right? Masai would rather do nothing than get fleeced just to make a trade. He'll happily sit on nothing. But I'd also be upset if he can't find a way to make a trade work. If that makes sense. Here's Wesley. Attacking the paint. Kick out to McDermott, who nearly has his pocket picked by Juancho, and it ends up into a shot clock violation. Excellent defensive set by the Raptors, really hounding this young Spurs team. And 34-24. They're choosers, not beggars. That's exactly right. Juancho, I don't know if he has really good defense, but he has solid defense. Yeah, I'd also prefer that pick to be a 2024. VanVleet for 3, off the mark, and Juancho nearly gets the putback at the buzzer, but that will wrap up the first quarter. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to wipe my nose. I'm going to rest my voice for about a minute, and when I'm back, we'll be right in for the second quarter with the Raptors up 34-24 here. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Siakam, yeah, this guy's on another planet right now. It is starting to seem like Trent may be getting traded. If Trent's getting traded, you can't give up a first for Poeltl. Like, come on. Like, can we... That better be a 3-team trade, if so. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, a lot of faith in that front office. All right, quickly, box score. Siakam, balling, 18, 7, and 6. Sorry. 18, 7, and 2. 7 for 7 for the field. He only played 1 quarter basketball, already doing that. VanVleet, slightly inefficient, 3 for 9, but he's got 8 points and 3 assists and 3 steals. Gary Trent, 1 for 3. Achua and Barnes, 0 for 0. On the bench, Chris Boucher, 2 for 2 with 5 points. Raptors winning this game. Boucher, a big plus in the plus-minus once again here. It's been the Siakam show. It's just been the Siakam show. Listen, Fred shoots the basketball. That's what we know. What's going on, Adam? Malachi Flynn has checked into the game. Might be a deep bench game if it continues like this, but let's see. Siakam off the floor for the first time here. Barnes, mid-range, no good. First shot of the game for Scotty. Here come the Spurs again. Entry pass to Collins. Nearly turned over. He gets it out to Wesley. Here come the Spurs again. Kick out. Here's McDermott in the corner. Feeds Collins. Elbow J is on the money. 8-point game as Raptors have it back on the make. Achua to Trent. Finds Achua in the pick and roll, but Achua doesn't handle the pass, even though it was a very easy catch. Turned over. Wesley, extra pass to Collins. Collins is a couple buckets in a row. And it's a 5-point game. Things change quick. Back in it. Trent going to the rim, and he's fouled. Be free throws for Gary Trent here. Gary Trent, one of the many that it could be his last time in this uniform. It's kind of dawning that it could be Gary going one way here. It's kind of quiet. Well, the quietness is the Raptors have a game today. It's very not quiet. The way things have kind of been perceived online. Like Woj directly reporting that many of the trade discussions are going through the Raptors. There's a lot going on right now. It's just there's a game here. I don't think the Raptors want to do anything today because they had to put a team on the court tonight. Gary shaken up a little bit, but he's at the line. He does miss the first one. And okay, he feels a bit hurt here. He looks a bit hurt. Looks like something is coming. Maybe it's just like he hit the funny bone a little bit. But he's at the free throw line, which is a good sign. He's shooting his free throws as he makes the second one. If you guys don't know, if you don't shoot your free throws, you cannot re-enter the game. And he looks like he doesn't have any feeling in his hands or one of his hands right now. But he does remain in the game, and the Raptors, we'll see if they call a timeout to get him out as another make there by Collins. He's got 7 in a row for the Spurs. And they're not going to call a timeout. They're going to keep Gary Trent out there. So everything seems to be in order as he finds Achua. Achua gives it to Flynn. Set a screen. There you go. Screen for Flynn in the pick and roll situation here. And Flynn turns it over. McDermott outside for Wesley for 3. And in and out. Nearly goes, making it a 1-point game. Like I said, guys, it must be tough for the Raptors to play this one. A lot of these guys may not be here tomorrow. They got to play a game today as Trent knocks down the mid-range jumper. Still trying to get feeling back into his hands, it seems. What's going on, Isaac? Isaac's joking, everybody. Don't yell at Isaac. Isaac's just joking. Boucher off the steal. Other way to Trent, who finishes at the rim We'll take that and move. All right, 39-31. Give up the lead. Well, Dexter, they never gave up the lead. In fact, the closest it got to was 4 points, and currently the Raptors lead by 8. So let's not freak out about something that hasn't even happened yet. We're up by 8 points. I would say that's good. That's good. I'd like to be up by more, but 8 points is just fine. Hot take. The 2012-2013 super team Heat were not a super team. Wade was cooked. I don't know if Wade was cooked, but he certainly wasn't the level he was previously. I think in the caliber of teams we've seen since then, maybe. But I think it's tough to suggest that wasn't a super team. But yes, you're right. That is a hot take. Hot take, Suggs seems like better defense than Flynn. That is a what's the opposite? It's not a cold take. That is a very room temperature take. Yeah, Suggs definitely has a lot of potential if he were to come here, I'd say. Okay, there's a Woj bomb. Woj bomb. The Lakers are finalizing a deal to land Minnesota's D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jarrett Vanderbilt in a trade including Mike Conley and picks to the Timberwolves and Russell Westbrook and a lightly protected 2027 Los Angeles first-round pick to the Jazz. Russell Westbrook is done in LA, done with the Lakers. He is going to Utah to shoot away the season. The Lakers, I like this for the Lakers. They gave away a soft, that first, yeah, with some protections though. They protected a little bit. They got D'Angelo Russell, who, it's nothing crazy for D'Angelo. Like, D'Angelo Russell, smarter than Westbrook, but that's not saying much, right? Malik Beasley, excellent pickup, and Jared Vanderbilt, excellent pickup by the Lakers. Sensible trade. I really like this for the Lakers. I think this is a solid move by the Lakers in terms of the Timberwolves. Timberwolves get Mike Conley. I think Mike Conley's a much smarter point guard to have on that team. I like that. From a Timberwolves perspective. They're also going to get picks in this ordeal. I like this. I like this move. Minnesota moved off D'Angelo Russell. I think that makes them better having a more pure point guard here. I like this a lot for the Lakers. And the Jazz are selling. And they sold, and they're going to be happy with that first-round pick. They're going to just allow Russ to do what he does, Kind of let Russ cook. Let Russ cook. But, yeah, I like that. I don't love Russell's fit at the Lakers, but I love Vanderbilt and Beasley's fit. I like that a lot. That's a solid trade. Pelinka may have just saved his job. Yeah, this isn't the star-studded trade. It's another 3. Is that? Oh, it was McDermott. Sorry, the game is going on. It's 41-36, but yeah, D'Lo can space. D'Lo's a big improvement on Westbrook. Malik Beasley offers a lot to that Lakers team from a shooting department. Vanderbilt from a defender. We saw yesterday how bad the Lakers defense is. Vanderbilt adds in a lot there, and I think Vanderbilt's a really, really nice complementary piece to Anthony Davis that allows Davis to play as the 4. You can play Vanderbilt as the 5. So on defense, AD can be the 4, which is nice. But on offense, Vanderbilt can be the 4 and AD can be the 5. So I love that fit there from that perspective. Let's see. The Jazz also get Juan Toscano-Anderson. That's a nothing. Respected JTA, but that's nothing. And Damian Jones, that's also nothing. Wolves also got Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the deal. That definitely isn't nothing. I feel like Raptors fans overrate Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but he's also gone in the trade. But I generally love this for the Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt genuinely is the perfect fit with Anthony Davis. I love that. Anyone the Jazz or Raps would want? Well, I think at this point, Walker Kessler, but it looks like Walker Kessler is untouchable. And we play Utah on Friday. Damn. Russell Westbrook might be playing. You know what? Like, what's actually kind of crazy is the Raptors' schedule in the next couple of weeks is very, very weak. Like, let's say the Raptors did like try to improve the deadline tomorrow. Like there's actually like solid grounds to say they could go on a run and get in the playoffs. I'm not convinced, but there's reason to suggest you could do that. Just woke up. Any trades happened today? Nah, none. There was one that happened 5 minutes ago. Less than 5 minutes ago. Russell Westbrook, you are a Utah Jazz. All right, let's get back into the game here. Wanted to get my thoughts out there on the Jazz thing. Yeah, Westbrook, it's a salary dump. They get a good draft pick. Is that Stanley Johnson? Did anybody else? Is this Stanley Johnson? I believe we got Stanley Johnson in the house. I am aware the Jazz are taking the salary dump on Westbrook, whose contract is up. They got the pick. I didn't think the Jazz were thinking, man, what Russ is that guy? But they get the pick, they take the contract. The Lakers move off the salary, add in pieces that are going to help them, and a little bit of commitments to LeBron to put better pieces around him. I love the Vanderbilt fit. I hope people don't sleep on that part of it. That Vanderbilt fit, I love that Vanderbilt fit with AD. I think they should start him. They got to start him with AD, man. Standing on Toronto, I mean, it's two like guys who do relatively little. I don't know. I think I trust Juancho shooting more than Stanley. I know that. But yes, Russell Westbrook, you are a Utah Jazz. I partially feel bad for Russ because he's just bounced around. I mean, he was at OKC, then he's at Houston, then he's at Washington, then he's at the Lakers, and then he's now he's at Utah. But then I look at how much money he's making. Overrated. Just AD for some reason AD does not playing as the 5. This is the perfect excuse to get him out. I'd start Beasley so you have less of an inclination or need in that respect to play Rui Hachimura. But also, I mean, like, you know, Vanderbilt could come off the bench and play with Bryant. I just think the fit makes a lot of sense to put Vanderbilt with AD. But yes, I would start him over Rui. Rui's like nothing crazy. Like 3 second-round picks isn't like it's not nothing. It's certainly a somewhat significant, but it's not the most flattering thing to get traded for, and there's a reason for that. I think Vanderbilt works there. I think, you got Beasley there to space the floor. You got D'Lo to space the floor. And then you can let LeBron cook a little bit more. I like that a lot. I won't go as far. Borderline contention. I guess borderline. They've got a long way to go, but they just improved. I think they improved considerably. They only lost guys who don't affect wins much. In fact, in Russ's case, you could say the opposite. They've got 3 guys who are going to affect winning. 2 that I really like the fit. D'Lo is just kind of there. Not just kind of there, but I love the effect Beasley and Vanderbilt bring. Yeah, for a first with protections, that is quite a good haul to bring in. But you know what? They could have sent other picks out there. They could have picks going towards the Timberwolves in this deal. We will see. Finally, I'm sure they had some interest, but they got their guy. They got the D'Lo. So Lakers very interest. If it existed, it's done. Yeah. Well, sorry. It's 45-45 now. Now we have Dexter. Now we have officially blown the lead. Yes. I'm very invested in this trade. Let's look at it from other perspectives too. From a Jazz perspective, you get that 27 Lakers pick, partial protections. So I'm assuming that's like top 6, top 8 protected. That still can be a good pick depending on how it translates to 28 if it doesn't convey that year. But I think that will turn into a solid pick for the Jazz. They just kind of wash away the rest of Westbrook's contract. I actually think there should be some consideration to sit him out and not even play him, but we'll see what they do there. It's protected, so it's protected through first 4. So that's a high quality draft pick that the Utah Jazz have just received. Because thinking about the Lakers post AD, post Braun, I think they're going to be trash, and that's going to be a good pick. But solid from Utah. I like Minnesota. I like the fit of Conley as opposed to D'Lo. I like that a lot, actually. And I think all 3 teams come out as winners here. All 3 teams and all 3 fan bases from a non-fan of any of these teams. I think all 3 teams come out happy from this deal. This makes a lot of sense. I think the teams that want to be playoff teams just got a lot better. I think the non-playoff team just got what they needed for the future. How will LA make D'Lo work? Won't be a miracle. He's a high volume, pretty efficient 3-point shooter. He's an okay passer. He's going to be playing with LeBron AD. He's going to have shooters around him. He won't need high usage. Like I don't think it's crazy. Out of the timeout, after blowing the lead, the Raptors passed the ball to the Spurs, who score. That was not good. What the fuck was that? Was that Fred who passed that in? Well, Spurs lead. Here we go, 47-45. Siakam spins off Johnson and lays it in. What a play there by Pascal. Siakam has taken 8 shots. Siakam has made 8 shots. You heard me. 8 for 8. As Poeltl is blocked by Koloko and misses the putback. Little bit of Siakam other way feeds. Koloko takes the other way, but misses his dunk. Got to finish that, Koloko. The offensive game, we need it to take the next steps. Hopefully next season, because it's not quite there yet. But good signs. There's good signs. Maybe you can learn from future Raptor Jakob Poeltl. Barnes down low off the glass. Finishes past Poeltl there and restores the Raptors' advantage. You think Russ can? I don't see a need to buy a guy out for if you're the Jazz. You're not going anywhere this season, and you made that explicitly clear by trading away these guys. Just like let that one ride out. Let that one ride out. I think their plan is to let that ride out. Whether they play him or not, I'm not sure, but let that ride out. You guys think he gets bought out? Really? He's got what? You got to use him for 28 games? I don't know if it's worth it. What are you trying to do? Russell Westbrook is a Utah Jazz. If you guys are just coming in, Russell Westbrook plays for the Utah Jazz now. Check on Twitter for the full trade there. You guys generally think? I think he's just going to stay. What are the Jazz? Why would the Jazz pay all that? The Jazz trying to be a playoff team? I'd say this trade would suggest they don't give a shit about being a playoff team. Paint will be clogged. I don't think so. Jakob Poeltl can play in that high post role, and I think the playmaking he can bring there would be very worthwhile. Yes, the concern with Poeltl is the free throws, 100%. That is a problem. They got a good pick, the Jazz. That's a great tanking sort of trade. How old is Russ? He's got to be 31, 32 now, right? Another miss by the Spurs. Raptors up 4. Gary Trent should and does make it 6. Westbrook's got to be 32. He's 34. Good God. 34. What is Russ's next contract? How much a year do you guys think? Utah is not a great city to be in. Yeah, he had his fun in Houston and LA. You know what? Russ has played in OKC, so maybe not as Utah might be worse, but maybe not as that much worse than OKC. Russell Westbrook plays for the Utah Jazz. Yes. $6 million. That's disrespectful. Vet minimum. Wow, you guys are really. I think he gets like 10 to 15. Minnesota got 3 second-round picks. I mean, it makes sense. They gave away quite a bit. Vanderbilt and D'Lo, there's value on those guys. Another miss by the Spurs. Here come the Raptors, 53-51, 1:18 to go. Sorry, it hasn't been as much as Koloko throws it down. I am rooting my vocal cords. There's a lot going on. So as much as I care about the game, I like talking about trades as well. Yeah, a lot of Raptors fans, I was obviously not a lot, but Raptors fans talk about Nickeil Alexander-Walker coming off our bench, and some people even going as far as saying being our sixth man. He's very overrated because he's Canadian by Raptors fans. He's not, he's young, I get it, but he's not that good, you know what I mean? If you guys are enjoying the content, by the way, please make sure you have liked up the stream, drop a like on the stream, and consider subscribing for Raptors videos all throughout the next important period here, and a lot of live streams like this. Won't be able to do one after Friday. I won't be able to do Sunday or Tuesday, but I will be here Friday at the Jazz play the Raptors. Maybe we see Russell Westbrook playing for the Jazz in that one. I doubt it, but we'll see. Man, Russ, the thing about Russ is that yesterday he scored 27 points on 10 for 19 shooting, but looked crap. He looked bad because his defense sucks and he turned the ball over 6 times. Yeah, Steven, I can see why that may not be the most appealing. Danny Ainge should be arrested. When does Kyrie Irving play? Today. Siakam going up and losing the handle, turned over. Here come the Spurs again with Richardson nailing the three-pointer. Spurs hanging around. Raptors were up by 10 after 1. And there's 20 seconds to go in the second. It's a 1-point game here. Raptors, though, will have the final possession here. Spurs are interested in Banton. That's... Bro, like, have him. Sorry, but if that's, like, part of a trade, go ahead, man. Excuse me. VanVleet, pass some contact to the rim. What a finish by Fred VanVleet.
Yep.
57-54, 2 seconds for Johnson at half court. No good. That will wrap up the first half. Man, I think it'll be... I wouldn't call it a miracle, but if I can talk comfortably tomorrow, I'd be a bit surprised. My voice was going before the stream, and all I've done is made it worse by talking for now 1 hour and 29 minutes straight. We're pushing through, and we got a lot of content to come. If you guys haven't heard yet, as I mentioned early on in the stream, I will be doing yet another trade deadline watch party. However, I will not be doing it on this channel. I will be doing it as part of my job on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. To find the Hammer HQ, you can simply search the Hammer HQ or go to youtube.com/@thehammerhq or check the link in the top of chat. I pinned the link at the top of the chat. Go over there. I'll be doing a watch party for that trade deadline from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. Part of it is I will be joined by, for the very first time, the collab that many of you have been waiting for. Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest will join me, likely from 2:15 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. Tune into that as me and Josh collab. Me and Josh get along really well. I expect there to be some good vibes in that stream. We'll be talking about trade deadline, breaking down trades as they happen, reacting to trades as they happen, and taking questions from you guys. If you guys come to hang out, we'll be answering your Raptors questions as well. Josh will be there from about 2:15 to 3 p.m. From 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., I'll be joined by Pips NBA from Twitter, @PipsNBA, NBA Props Wizard with 27,000 subscribers. 27,000 followers on Twitter. He'll be joining me from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. That is on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. Yes, me and Josh Goodwin, we know each other pretty well at this point, even though we haven't collabed. But the collab is happening tomorrow. The Hammer HQ YouTube channel. Again, the link is pinned at the top of chat. I also will send you guys the link to where you can find that stream right now in chat. I just posted it in chat. Click on that link. Go like the stream as well so we can just get it popping up before we even start over there. And to let us know you're ready for that content. Okay, we had a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. But we did get a trade today. We do have a trade that has just happened there. Yeah, a lot of Raps knowledge. I would say the same. I'm excited to team up with Josh the first time in a content situation. Let's talk about the trade. You know what? Let's talk about this game first. I should get a Halls though. Let's talk about the game here, and then I'll get a Halls, and then we'll talk about the trade. So the game so far tonight, the Raptors, they lead by 3. Not a great second quarter there, but some great individual numbers. Pascal Siakam has 20 points on 8 for 11 shooting. This guy's trash. He's missed 2 of his last 3, or 3 of his last 4, but he made his first 7. He's got a 27-4 game, which would be pretty solid for a full game, but it's halftime, so we're expecting some big numbers. Achua has not been at the races today. He's 2 for 3, but he's been getting cooked defensively, and he's a minus 15 in this game to show for it. Barnes as well, we could see a bit better, but 2 for 6 so far. VanVleet has had some solid minutes, 4 for 10 shooting so far, 10 points, 3 assists, 3 steals to go along with that. Gary Trent in this game, 9 points, 4 for 8, 2 assists, 1 steal. Some of these guys out here might remind you, this might be their last time in a Raptors uniform, so keep that in mind with 24 minutes to go. On the bench, yet another big Chris Boucher game off the bench. And despite some bad turnovers by Thad, he's a plus 15, which is surprising to me. Team stats very quickly. Raptors shooting the ball well, 51 from the field. The three-point percentage is not quite caught up at 29%, but it hasn't mattered too much because the Spurs are bad. Yet, here they are in a three-point game. And the reason it's a three-point game, I guess, is because they're slightly winning the turnover battle. But ultimately, we just haven't been able to punish enough with our shooting so far tonight. I mean, only 57 points here. We could definitely improve a little bit there. All right, we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. If you guys are just tuning in, or I don't know, you don't have Woj notifications on. By the way, turn on your Woj notifications. Russell Westbrook, you are a Utah Jazz. We'll talk about Russ. We'll talk about his new team, the Utah Jazz, and the Lakers' involvement in this trade when I come back from getting a Halls. All right. I am like pretty close to being not going to be able to speak tomorrow. Ruining my voice for the content. If you guys are with that, make sure you have subscribed to the channel for more content like this, where my voice isn't like this. I don't sound like I've smoked a pack of cigarettes every day my entire life. And drop a like on the stream in particular. 6-9, well, never mind. Don't. Let's talk about the trade that just went down. Sorry, one sec. Okay, let's talk about the trade that went down. I got to pull up Underdog Fantasy and their breakdown. You're a teacher. I'm sick. That's why my voice is going. But yeah, teachers, I can see it being even worse. Kyrie's expected to play 35 minutes today. Full trade breakdown. Where is this? Here it is. So I believe ASMR Hour Sports. Okay. Here is the Woj nuke. Lakers get D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley. I like this for all teams, and I'll explain why as we go through. Lakers get better because D'Angelo Russell is a considerable upgrade on Russell Westbrook, and he can also space the floor. Malik Beasley is a knockdown shooter. Love that to pair with LeBron and AD. And I think Jared Vanderbilt is the perfect fit next to Anthony Davis. I genuinely think Jared Vanderbilt's the perfect fit there. On offense, it'll allow AD to play as the 5, Jared Vanderbilt to play as the 4, a lot like what he did with Karl Anthony Towns last season. The difference is Karl Anthony Towns is such a good floor spacer, but even so, still like it there. Defensively, which is more in particular what AD doesn't like, it allows Anthony Davis to play as the 4. Jared Vanderbilt can hold his own as the 5. So love the fit for Jared Vanderbilt. Love the addition of Malik Beasley to space the floor. D'Angelo Russell is an improvement on Westbrook. The Utah Jazz get Russell Westbrook, JTA, Damian Jones. JTA, Damian Jones, or whatever. No worth, really. But Russell Westbrook, contract is going to expire soon. There's suspicion he's going to get bought out. I don't know. I would guess no, but I can definitely see it happening. But the piece they get here, the big piece, is they get that first-round pick. That Lakers 2027 first-round pick. The amount the Lakers are going to go in on this team right now, LeBron, AD, whatnot, they're not going to be there forever. By 2027, I think that pick is going to have a lot of value. It's top 4 protected. So I suspect this is going to be a very good pick for the Jazz. So I like that they cashed in and got some value there. From a Minnesota Timberwolves perspective, they get Mike Conley. I think Mike Conley is not as good right now as D'Angelo Russell. However, I think Mike Conley fits that team a lot better. He's a playmaker that I think will be able to get more out of guys like Anthony Edwards and when Karl Anthony Towns returns from injury. I like that as a pick and roll partner as well with Rudy Gobert. I think the Mike Conley addition makes sense. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, okay, fun young player. Maybe you can get some value from him. And I also have heard that the Timberwolves get 3 second-round picks. I believe there's 3 second rounds. Yeah, one thing I'd actually didn't take in, Conley has a lot of experience playing with Gobert also. Somebody in chat mentioned there were 3 second-round picks going to the Wolves as well, which makes this a great trade. I like this. I like this for all 3 teams. I think all 3 teams, both the playoff teams got better in the Minnesota and LA, and the tanking team got a really good draft pick out of it. I got whiskey, by the way. That's why I'm drinking this. My Halls is ready to be consumed down here. What do you guys think? I like that one. I like this trade a lot. I don't know why I'm so happy. I just like when things line up, and this is a good trade for all teams involved, in my opinion. I don't believe that'll be the only significant trade. This came out of nowhere, so interesting. So this was reported earlier, not the full thing, but D'Angelo Russell in a 3-team trade to the Lakers were reported earlier. The sticking point was likely the pick compensation that went Minnesota's way, which eventually did convey here. D'Lo back to his snitching grounds. No Nick Young. Wasn't that the guy he snitched on? Russell's value got to be similar to Fred or Gary. I'd say so. Somewhat, I would say Fred is more valuable, as is Gary, but somewhat. They get Mike Conley. Like, they want to be good this year. I think Mike Conley helps them do that. They get a young player in Nah, not the best, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker is fine. And the second round pick compensation, 3 seconds, like that's not nothing. It's not a ton, but I like it there. Yeah, I know ASMR hour. or ASMR Sports. Sorry, my voice is shot. Russ is being taken from his... Bro, I'll live in a fucking shack for $40 million a year. I think Russ will be okay. He also might get bought out. I was filling up my cup of whiskey. My parents were watching the game. I heard the broadcast say the Clippers could be interested in a buyout opportunity on Russell Westbrook if that comes to fruition. Signing him after a buyout. From Utah's perspective, though, this is a trade that clearly has made them worse. Why would they want to buy him out and go for it? Like their team isn't they are not a great team right now. I don't know. Maybe they got more doing. Sounds like my uncle drinks whiskey and smokes backwards at breakfast. Yes, sorry. Like literally, I was doing content all day. And I felt fine. At like 6, out of nowhere at 6 o'clock, my voice decided, fuck you. Yeah, we're done. We're done here. Hopefully, I will be. I'm going to do it. I don't care how I feel. Tomorrow, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., like I said, it's in the link pinned at the top of chat right now. If you click on the pinned post in chat, you have the link to the Hammer HQ YouTube channel where, once again, I will be doing a live watch party for the trade deadline with a betting twist. And for 45 minutes of those 2 hours, I will be joined by Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest. So if you guys have always wanted to see me and Josh collab, well, it's going to happen tomorrow. Me and Josh going live on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel from 2:15 to 3 p.m. I'll be live from 2 to 4, however. I'll be live with Pips NBA from 3 to 4, all my own from 2 to 2:15. So go check out the Hammer HQ. Get ready for me and Josh teaming up for the very first time. All right. How's everybody's week going? What day? It's Wednesday. What else is going on? Yeah, the Delano thing. I'll once again reiterate my stance. I tweeted this morning. Jakob Poeltl is in town to play the Toronto Raptors today. He ain't going home with the Spurs. Jakob Poeltl is a Toronto Raptor. I think the interest is they're trying to work out all the kinks in this deal to make it happen, to get it done. And part of what's going to get it done is some filler here. And Dalal Banton could be just a sneaky little add-in of the Spurs. Raptors fans love Delano Banton. I understand why. I don't have a ton of confidence. Wow, the game started. Sorry about that. I don't have a ton of confidence the Banton's ever going to turn into anything significant. So it would kind of suck to see him go, but I don't think we're going to be missing out on much, respectfully. Like that's essentially if the sticking point is Delano, I'm trading Delano. There's a lot of reports suggest Mark Stein pre-game said the Raptors have heavy interest in Poeltl. Do you guys actually think Westbrook is a vet minimum player? He's favored to win Sixth Man of the Year. He's the favorite right now to win Sixth Man of the Year. At worst, he's going to be a finalist. I'm thinking he's going to be getting like $15 million a year. Sold Train, I completely agree with you. I like that if a trade does materialize for Poeltl, I think Gary Trent, I think it's going to be a 3-team trade. I like Phoenix brought this up. I think 3-team trade with Trent going somewhere, Poeltl coming to us, and the Spurs getting compensation from us and from the other team. And then we extend Poeltl right away. What was I talking about? Oh, Soul Train, a comment there. I think that trading for Poeltl is also, not just that Siakam and Poeltl are friends, but I think he complements Siakam well. I think Poeltl on offense can play in that high post playmaking role. Defensively, holy shit, we've been missing a rim protector. I agree 6 million is different when it's coming by downward trajectory, but he's not a vet minimum player. He's better than I know he had 6 turnovers yesterday, didn't play good defense, but he scored 27 points on 10 for 19 shooting. Like, there's still ability there beyond a vet minimum. Otto, I don't think Otto's getting traded. You could trade Otto if he didn't have another contract next year, but he's on a 2-year deal. Why trade Gary? Because Trent is a free agent as well. You don't know if he resigns. Same with Fred, but I'm sure they're also working on potential trades with Fred. Which team would you send Trent to? That's tougher. I think that Trent. I don't think there's any team in the league that Trent doesn't work. Like, Trent could start at shooting guard, be a very good shooter. I think Trent, better situations, he comes off the bench and is he fits that 6-man archetype really well. If you got Dinwiddie, you'd have to trade Fred. Fred would go the other way. Don't know how feasible that would be. Apparently, they tried to work that out, and it didn't happen, but maybe some stuff could still happen there. I would not do Spencer Dinwiddie for Fred straight up. Spencer Dinwiddie doesn't control a game like Fred can, in my opinion. Any contender would pick up Westbrook? Apparently, the Clippers have interest. I'm not sure. We'll see. Respectfully, for people who don't want Poeltl, like, have you seen how bad our rim protection is this season? We need a rim protector desperately. And the Raptors feel like when they get Poeltl, it's not just for the sake of this season. It's also for the sake of him being here beyond next season, beyond this season. I think Poeltl fits really well. And it's not about the low block. I understand the concerns there, but Poeltl can play as the high post playmaker and a screen setter. And if he's setting screens, like, you can get switches off that as well. I don't think the spacing would be a problem as people are suggesting. The Heat going for Westbrook, yeah, I could see it. I don't think it's a bidding war. I think when you get bought out, you can only make a certain amount of money. So it will come down to which team Westbrook wants to sign for, I believe. He can pass useful, exactly. Like, I think he fits really well. Fred Stein was Clutch Sports. Another 3 drops for Siakam there. Sorry, we're talking a lot. Not doing as much play-by-play, but the Raptors lead by 10 points here. That's pretty good. You know what? The Westbrook buyout actually does hurt the VanVleet trademark. I didn't think about that, but like Clippers, it does. Miami weren't going to trade for Fred, but Clippers, yeah, it actually does have an effect there. I didn't think about that actually. That could be somewhat significant. I mean, let's be honest though. Fred is the better player than Westbrook. So, if you're serious, then you still might be interested in trading for Fred. Fred, Gary, Scotty, Siakam, Poeltl would work better than having OG there instead of Gary. I agree. I'd like to keep Gary. I feel like Poeltl. Signs are pointing towards it being Gary going the other way. We don't know for sure. We'll see. I'm not sure how they get it done without Gary Trent involved, to be honest. But again, we will see what goes down. A joke. I'm okay, because you can't get Poeltl for nothing. I am hell-bent against trading this year's pick. But if it's a protected 2024 and the Raptors position themselves to be much better next season, then I am okay with that. if Westbrook went to the Warriors, you know what? If Curry's out for a while, no, you know what? Westbrook actually cannot play in that system. They are such like a well-oiled machine there. There's no way Westbrook could go to the Warriors. Devin Vassell, you can't get. Like, too much value on him. Yeah, and on top of all the great things Poeltl does, him and Pascal are best buds. So you have some wholesome content. Poeltl, he's good at basketball, and he's 27. It's not like he's old. He's 27. He's like 4 years older than me. I wouldn't call him like he's played in the league a while. I guess he's somewhat of a vet, but he's 27 years old. When was he born? Jakob Poeltl's 4 years older than me. I wouldn't call I get it. I'm older than a lot of you watching. I'm younger than a lot of you watching too, but he's 27. I love like how we treat athletes with age. Like a guy is 33 years old in real life. We go, man, you're so young. You got so much of your life to live still. And then like in the NBA, 33-year-old comes in. Oh, what a moment. The oldest player in the league enters the game. I can't believe he's able to walk on his own and he's still playing. He's not the player he used to be, but he loves the game. He still fights with his heart and soul for the basketball game despite his incredibly old age. And he's fucking like in the prime of his life at 33. Poeltl's 27, man. He's like, especially for a player like him who doesn't rely on athleticism to be good. He's just a high IQ player. Damn, deep three there for Johnson. Especially for a player like Poeltl, high IQ player, doesn't rely on his athleticism. 27 is great. And you get him. You're essentially, if you get Poeltl, you have him through his entire prime when you sign him to a contract. Bro, nobody said 30 million. Shut up, man. Scotty Barnes for 3, we'll take that. If Miles Turner's making $20 million a year, Poeltl should be making no more than that. Yager's still pro. Yeah, that's incredible. There's the Japanese professional player in soccer who's in like his mid-50s. I think his debut was in 86, and he's still playing. Jakob Poeltl, 26. I'm quite confident Poeltl gets in the range of 8 to 12 million. I know he just transferred. I think he's in like Mexico or Brazil now. What? Bert says Jakob Poeltl making 26. What the fuck are you looking at? You got the wrong Jakob Poeltl, bro. Jakob Poeltl signed a $26 million extension for the entire period of his contract, not for a year-to-year basis. If we can get Poeltl for $30 million for 3 years, that would be making out like bandits, man. He's worth more than $10 million a year. Well, obviously, nobody wants Poeltl over Giannis. That's for damn sure. Like, come on, man. Of course, you'd prefer Claxton. Did you see what we had to give up for Claxton? It's okay, Bert. It happens. Or it's okay, man. We have fun, but it's okay. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. The Claxton deal would have to be Siakam and Simmons coming our way, man. Raptors up 13 here. We're having too much fun today to care about this game. 5:22 to go. I care, but like not play by play. Scotty Barnes attacking the rim, missing, and he's fouled there. Nobody should ever push the Poeltl over Giannis agenda. I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. Laser, what's up? I've felt better, but I'm having fun. We're having a great stream today. Please make sure you are subscribed to the stream if you've been enjoying so far, by the way. or subscribe to the stream. Please make sure you've liked the stream if you've been enjoying so far. Long day. And if you want more content like this, videos throughout the end of trade season here, live streams for the Raptors games, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Help us on the road to 14,000 subs. Tomorrow, as Siakam gets fouled and heads to the line, tomorrow on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel, I'm going live for an NBA trade deadline watch party. I will be joined by Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest for part of that live stream. I'm live from 2 to 4. The link for that channel is pinned in the chat. Go to that link. Check out the upcoming stream. I'll also put the link to the stream here. I'm going to be live from 2 to 4 p.m. Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest will be joining me from 2:15 to 3 p.m. to break down trades as they happen and react to them with a betting twist. Check that out. Support me in my work, and I look better in front of my boss. So go do that so that it helps me. All right. Siakam at the line here. Hit the first one. If he makes the second, it is a 15-point game. OG for Claxton and Cantos. I think valuation-wise, it makes sense, but I think fit-wise, I don't think Brooklyn would go for it. Collins, elbow J off the mark. Boucher eventually corrals the rebound. Man, I'm going to listen back to this stream and say, just go be amazed by my voice. VanVleet fouled in transition. Woke up and was sad. Yeah. Can't have everybody. Jonathan Isaac's cool, but that guy gets injured so much. I don't know how much I want him. Oh, sure, Nets fans. Everybody wants OG. It's just what you got to give up to do it. You're going to be on Twitter tomorrow on One Screen, my channel. Yeah, well, appreciate that, Skywalk. It won't be my channel, remember. It will be the Hammer HQ channel, where I will also likely have Woj tweets either right in front of me or on the side so I can just follow them. Because Woj is just the news source. Do I think the Lakers got better? The Lakers got way better with that trade. I love that trade for all three teams, especially the Lakers. Support my man, Braun. Siakam. Wow, everything is dropping for Siakam. Tried to bait into a foul. Took a bad shot, and it still falls. Siakam is 10 for 13 from the field today. Siakam's got 29 points and just saves it there to get this. Is that a steal? VanVleet to Trent for 3. This one's off the mark. But Thad gets it back, finds Trent at the rim, who misses the layup, but Chris Boucher cleans up the garbage. That Siakam steal just cashed a fat ticket for me. I won a unit and a half on a Siakam steal today. We take that. Oh, classic fucking Thad bullshit moment. Another turnover by him. McDermott outside to Wesley, who turns it over. Fred with the steal. Here he comes the other way to the rack, and Thad drops the ball. That might be another turnover for Thad. Oh, my God. Layup for Wesley is good, and it's 86-70 now for the Raptors. Remember, guys, this could be the last time you see a lot of the people in these Raptors uniforms. Period. Gary Trent, Fred, it could be their last games here. We can't rule out it being Siakam's final game, though I find it likely it will not be his last game. Boucher, who knows? Thad, who knows? Who knows anybody? This could be their last game. I doubt Siakam's going. But we'll see. I hate to bring on the extra optimism, but let's say we did trade for Poeltl and brought in an actual rim protector, which is like what I've been waiting for a long time, we get better, right? Immediately. This is the upcoming schedule. Jazz on Friday, who just made that trade. Like, you should win that game. Pistons Sunday, you should win that game. Magic Tuesday, you should win that game. Pelicans on the 23rd, after the All-Star break, like, Pelicans haven't been great. That's a tough game, but it's winnable. Pistons, you should win that game. Cleveland away, you're probably going to lose. Bulls at home, you can definitely win that. Wizards, you can definitely win that. Then another game against the Wizards. Like, all of a sudden, the next 9 games are, like, there's a lot of winnable games in that stretch. Now, I'm not saying this should change our trade deadline approach, but let's say you aren't finding the exact sort of value that you're looking for with a lot of players. And all, like, we're still kind of good. You can reasonably say the team could go on a run, a mini run, and get back into some sort of contention. Trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is why I'm going live from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. As I said, link is posted top of chat, pinned in chat. Going live with Josh. Good win of Raptors Digest. But yes, 3 p.m. Eastern time is the trade deadline. Magic are very consistent. It's winnable, is what I'm saying. Let's pretend at 3 p.m. no Raptors are dealt. I'd be upset if nothing happened. I would be quite upset. Yeah, for sure. Damn, LeBron, that was so fun to watch yesterday. Shout out LeBron. Put the LeBron jersey today, if you didn't see. All right, back in action here. Raptors up 16. My haul's almost done. Flynn is back in the game. Finds VanVleet for 3. That might have gotten blocked. Brown did it properly for sure. A shame he didn't win, though. All right. 86-70, 2:40 to go. Raptors up big. We could see some bench usage coming into the game as we keep going here. Siakam has been so good tonight. So good. It is the Spurs at the end of the day, but so good from him. VanVleet in the paint gives it to Thad. Kick it out, Thad. Oh, got to shoot. 2 seconds. Thad. Turn around with the left, and he's called the travel. How many fucking turnovers does this guy have tonight? Thaddeus Young, 3 turnovers. I swear he's got at least 4 turnovers. Maybe that will adjust in a second. We still have Trent for Poeltl. What would be our starting 5? No Trent, but Poeltl. I very much doubt it's a straight Trent for Poeltl swap. That just. You're giving up a bit too much there. Maybe you can connive Richardson for the rest of the season. That I would be interested in that. Masai hates this trade deadline. What does that mean? Doesn't want to be under others' time. What does that mean, though? I don't understand. That has 4 turnovers. Fred has 5 assists or 5 steals. Wow. Playing for what? I have a lot of faith in Masai Ujiri. Yeah, no. Vanderbilt is great. Malik Beasley's great. D'Lo is nice. Like, I think LeBron's going to be very happy with that trade. Lakers didn't get fleeced. Pelinka did a great job. He didn't give away both picks, but he made the team a lot better. LeBron's going to be happy with that. Like the Lakers are a playoff team. The Lakers are going to make the playoffs with that team. I believe they're like 13th right now, but it's a tight West. Warriors could fall a little bit without Curry. The Blazers are shit. They could fall a little bit. The Jazz just got worse. Lakers are a playoff team now. And they're not far off of 6th. Fred has more value than Trent. So I wouldn't do that. Let's see what goes down. All right. If you guys have enjoyed the content so far tonight, please hit that like button. We're on our road to 100 likes, hopefully by the end of the stream. If you guys don't know, as McDermott hits the 3, Amateur Hour Sports is your source for the greatest coverage and analysis on the latest Toronto Raptors news. Videos all throughout the week, so get subscribed for those. And I do live stream watch parties for as many Raptors games as I can. I'll be live on Friday as the Raptors take on maybe Russell Westbrook and the Utah Jazz, as Boucher misses a couple of shots to the rim. Maybe Russell Westbrook is out there for the Jazz on Friday. We'll see, but we're still going to be streaming regardless. Sunday, I'm away. Super Bowl and all. Doing work function now. And Tuesday is Valentine's Day when the Raptors play. Not streaming that day. This sounds silly. Would you take Terry Rozier if they move Fred? Like, I'm not trading Fred for Terry Rozier, but like, okay, I don't want, like, you guys don't like Fred because of the way he plays. I don't know if you guys know much about Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier, like, you think Fred's got no conscience when he shoots. Terry Rozier even more so, and Terry doesn't play defense anywhere near like Fred does. Oh, Adam will stream, sure. The first, if we give up a first for Poeltl, it'll be protected. Hopefully not this. It can't be this year's. It can't be. Cannot. Or, I mean, if it is, then at least there's a commitment to go for it this season, which I don't agree with. But like I said, I have a lot of faith in Masai to get this, to not get this wrong, let's say. But I think Poeltl is a great fit for the Raptors. and yeah, the salaries are going to go up a lot. I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't want to trade this year's pick. Wow, Stanley Johnson out here. You know what? Shout out him. He's managed to carve out another NBA contract, and he keeps fighting for it. I can't hate the grind. I understand the grind. 88-75, 3 seconds for Barnes on the 3. Way off. Who would I want for Fred? I'd like a good young player. I'd like a first-round pick. I'd like salary filler, minimum. One of the teams that had interest in Fred, though, could be interested in a Russell Westbrook buyout, though. Yes, the Raptors in the 2019-20 season had one lottery pick player, and it was Stanley Johnson, which means their championship team had 0 lottery picks. They're the only team in the lottery era for that to be the case. A testament to the Raptors' drafting and scouting system, and a testament to Kawhi Leonard being drafted 15th and trading for him. If Orlando gave us the first and Suggs for Fred, I would say that's a really good deal. Kawhi Leonard was 15th overall by the Indiana Pacers, where then the Spurs said, nah, give him to us, and traded for him. But yes, Kawhi Leonard was not a lottery pick. He was 1 away from the lottery, if I recall correctly. But he wasn't a lottery pick. I know that for sure. Chat's calm because like we're ready for the trade deadline. We're here. We're ready for the trade deadline. We're winning by 13. We're all on the same page. Like we're all like, what happens, happens. If this guy gets traded, this guy gets traded. This guy doesn't, this guy doesn't. Like I said, a lot of guys could move. We don't know. The calm before the storm. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. We're here. We're ready. We have accepted our fate. Suggs, I would take Suggs, a package run Suggs for Fred. I believe in his ability. I don't know how much I believe in his health, but I believe in his ability. This is the calm before the storm. Isaac's confident the Raptors don't make a meaningful trade. I can see it. My guess is OG does not get traded. I have to get some picks with Suggs, I'd say. But it doesn't have to be a first, I don't think. Suggs was a fifth overall pick a year and a half ago. Like, there's a lot of talent there. I think this is a better spot to develop for him, maybe, where he can be more of a primary ball handler. But I'd have to get some pick compensation. Suggs is on his own, maybe not. Think about it. I can't say with definite anybody's getting traded. At the end of the day, you got to get a good return. I think Suggs is good when healthy, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Would Toronto take Trae Young? I mean, I don't think so, with how much you got to pay for him. Suggs is what he has shown. You're right, Phoenix. He's a good defender. Where he's been inconsistent on offense, he's a good defender. And he's very young. Any chance Brooklyn with Simmons? I think the Brooklyn Nets would have to trade a first with Simmons. Like a Simmons trade would look like the Russ trade. You'd have to trade a pick to get off that contract. Except Simmons' contract doesn't end this year. There's 2 more years of nearly $40 million. One of them over 40. I thought it'd be actually typically it's the last day, especially because the Raptors play today. But it's very much like the Raptors to wait till the last little bit. I'd say get up early tomorrow. I can't because I actually have to sleep off this fucking sickness the best I can. I actually almost had to sleep through that LeBron game, but I was like, I have to do this. I have to stay and watch this. Thank God he did it too. I'd have been pissed if he made me stay up and not get the record. I wasn't expecting action today. I was expecting the Raptors to get that stuff done tomorrow. Simmons now the most immovable contract. Where would you guys rank the Simmons contract in NBA worst contracts? Is Simmons top 2, not 2? Because at least Westbrook's contract expires at the end of the season. You know what? Rudy Gobert's is bad, but at least he can play basketball. I'm trying to see how much Davis Bertans makes, but I think we're at the point where enough people get paid where Bertans is bad, but not as bad as it was when he signed it. Bertans makes 16 a year. Is it 16? Bertans makes 16, then 17. 16 this year, then 17, then 16. Yeah, that doesn't look as bad as it used to. Simmons is the worst contract in the league. Prove me wrong. Who's got a worse one? How's the Celtics going right now? I guess I can check for you. Open up your app, man. Bertans can shoot. Well, Simmons can play defense at least. Simmons can set screens. Celtics up 86-79 on the 76ers. Nurse is jamming. Excuse me. I can set screens. You know what? I think I could shoot free throws better than Ben Simmons. You know what? Robinson is up there. You know what? Robinson does nothing, but he makes 15. Ben Simmons makes 35, then 38, then 40. I still think it's Simmons. You can't take Simmons. You can't pay him $80 million the next 2 years to do nothing. He's literally a backup center. McDermott for 3. Spurs kind of sneaking a little into this. You can trade. Duncan Robinson can be moved. I don't think Simmons can get moved. Remember when Tobias Harris was contract in the league? Well, his contract still sucks, but it never got enough shit. Like, Siakam makes pretty much the same as Tobias Harris, and people kept talking about how overpaid Siakam was. Tobias Harris gets paid like $35 million to sit in the corner. Siakam for 3 got it, or from mid-range got it to go. Siakam has been absolutely sensational tonight. He's now 12 for 15 with 31 points. He's on triple-double watch. Not really. He's on double-double watch. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. That Joe Harris was not great either. I agree. Yeah, Harris been better though, but not 35 million better. Brooklyn lost that Harden trade, straight up. They lost that trade. Especially Harden is like the exact thing they need right now. I mean, Harden wanted to leave, so did Kyrie, but you built that. I mean, you put all those different chemicals in the pot, and they didn't mix together well. Nice block there by Boucher, though. Siakam going the other way. All right, 8:37. Let's try to cherish the last moments of potentially the Raptors as we know it. Achua at the rim gets it to go. Anyone heard about Russell Westbrook? Whoa, Russell Westbrook got traded to the Jazz? No way. That's crazy. Thad could be gone. Like, anybody, other than Barnes, anybody could be gone. We don't know what's going on, Kim. It would have been better to let Harden walk for nothing. They did get some pick compensation, but maybe let him walk actually would have been better. Did I not? I didn't hear. Oh, wow. Lakers got D'Angelo. No, I absolutely heard. My phone is right here. When Woj tweets, I get notified. When Shams tweets, I get notified. I saw it. Don't worry. No. I knew. Don't worry. Something on Twitch. Alama on Twitch says, it's Steph the worst contract. He shouldn't be getting more than 15. Simmons actually is a 0. He does nothing. He sets screens. That's all he does. Like 15 million is a stretch for him. Russ being miserable. Listen, like I said earlier, I'll live in a shack for $40 million. He'll be fine. Achua for 3. Bang, bitch. 99-84. We are 6-7 minutes in a post-game show away from me being able to rest my voice. I relish the opportunity. Almost anything's possible. I agree. Like I said, the next 9 games are actually like a lot of winnable games there. You got the Adidas, the campus Cowley shoes. Those are cool. I like those. I'd like them. I'm a big South Park guy. I like them. Cool collab. I believe it's the campus model that did that collab. But big shoe guy, big South Park guy. 99.86. Trent for 3 off the mark. Spurs feeling like they're still in this game, down 13, but with only 13 minutes to go. I think their time is almost up, but we'll see. Yeah, you know what we haven't talked about? Greg brings it up. How do you guys feel about Durant? Do you think there's a chance Durant is done tomorrow? Gary Trent checks out, and we wonder if that is the final time he checks out as part of the Raptors organization. A big question there. What do we talk about trading? If who would start? Who would start if Gary Trent Jr. goes? Well, he'd trade for a good player, and he'd start. Oh, I love the Vanderbilt Beasley edition, like I said. Boucher! Oh, man! Boucher at the line. Yep. After hitting the and one. What a play by Boucher. I agree with you, Phoenix. I don't think they're going to trade him. Grapefruit Bubblies, they do hit. I'll admit, Adam. I think that's a good one. I think underrated. I very much don't think we'll get Simmons. Yeah, we'll be extra big if we traded Gary. But yeah, we'd start extra big there. We'd be, you know what, if we traded Gary, we'd lose a lot of shooting, man. Like, I think it would look like people question Poeltl's like fit because of spacing. It makes sense when there's shooters there. When there's like no shooters, and it's even worse because Gary's gone, then that is a big floor spacing problem. I don't think it'd be Poeltl's fault. I think it'd be the team fit. But I'm sure Masai is aware of this as well. Deal's averaging 50-49. That's actually crazy because he's such a high volume shooter. The protection Lakers pick. It's 1 through 4. It's just the insurance that you don't miss out on the generational player. Who is currently in grade 7 or 8. Roby to the rim, no good. And Poeltl's fouled in the rebound by his bud Siakam. Jakob Poeltl, like I said, might be staying in Toronto beyond today. He might be a Raptor come tomorrow. Weird dynamic here. The thing about Trent, like I'd like to keep him, but again, he is on an expiring contract. We don't know how much he wants to stay or go or what. We don't know. What do you mean it's Masai soon? We're playing a game right now, man. I'm not ruling out a Durant trade. I'll say that. I find it unlikely, but what, like 10, 15% chance he gets traded? How many hours till deadline? 15 plus 2, 17 and a half hours, if my math is on. Chris Boucher for 3. How about Boucher? Chris Boucher been on fire last couple of weeks. Yes, we are 17 and a half hours away from the trade deadline. We are now 17 hours, 29 minutes away from trade deadline. Watch is off. Actually, I did see the Bones Highland rumors, which would be interesting. I'd like Bones Highland bench point guard. All right, Adam. Take care, man. Yeah, I don't think Phoenix was suggesting the Raptors would do that. He's just saying, if you want KD, it has to be Scotty Barnes in that. Thank you, Adam. I don't think I'll feel better. I just torched my voice. Boucher 1 for KD. 104-92. 4:24 to go in the game. So who you guys got in the Super Bowl, by the way? So, who you guys got in the Super Bowl? I am a Giants fan. Siakam, another bucket. Wow, has Fred been good? I am a Giants fan. Eagles are a divisional rival. I do not like the Eagles. I'd love them to get pummeled, but I slightly lean Eagles for this one. I think it's basically a coin toss game, which makes possibly for an exciting game. I lean Eagles for this one. The Eagles stack up very well in a lot of places, but it's Patrick Mahomes. So, how does the Siakam have? A lot. 33 on 13 for 17 shooting. Solid day of work. That's true. I guess playoff experience. I mean, there's a few guys from that Eagles Super Bowl that I still hear, though. But definitely more experience from the Chiefs side. I agree. Don't say anything like he's really not going to make trades. We have a lot of time to go. We have a lot of time for deals to get done. The Raptors typically wait till the final day to make their trade. So, look, I'm not ruling out nothing happening, but like, let's be patient here. A lot could happen still. You bet against Mahomes with the Bengals game. Fair enough. I bet heavily on Mahomes in that game, and it paid more than dividends. I'll say that. I was heavily invested. I am like an avid sports bettor. I was heavily invested into the Eagles and Chiefs for the championship week. So good stuff. All right, there's almost 3 minutes left in this game. Raptors are going to win. Again, want to reiterate the stance here. I mean, maybe we come out here with garbage time lineup. There's a lot of guys right now that we could be watching for the very last time in a Raptors uniform. VanVleet, Trent definitely could be one. Siakam could also be one. Anybody. I said only Barnes is safe. I'll comfortably say Achua is not going anywhere. Other than that, like a lot of guys, this could be their last game. Want to also remind you guys that I am doing a live watch along tomorrow for the trade deadline, as I do every year. This year, it will be on the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. Go to the post, the link pinned in the top of the chat by me to go to the Hammer HQ YouTube channel. I'll be hosting that from 2 to 4 p.m. I also put the link to the stream in chat right now. I'll be hosting from 2 to 4 p.m. But for you guys, Raptors fans, I will be joined by Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest from 2:15 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. So me and Josh Goodwin collabing online for the very first time for a trade deadline watch along on the Hammer YouTube channel. Go to the Hammer on YouTube at the Hammer HQ. Subscribe and get ready for that stream tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Want to see you guys out there representing the amateur sports community. Thank you. And thank you so much to Cherry. Cherry Reaper Gaming for that super chat. The only time Cherry Reaper Gaming donates with the super chat, I'm always grateful, but it always is for Fred VanVleet slander. And unfortunately, I don't have to read this out, but because Cherry Reaper Gaming did super chat, I will read it out. Fred Van spread them cheeks, gonna be traded for sure. Thank you, Cherry Reaper Gaming, for that super chat. I really appreciate it. You'll be at work for me, but I'll watch the VOD. The VOD will be available. All of the live streams are housed on the Hammer YouTube channel, so you will be able to watch that after the fact. But that's a good question. Those will be available after the fact, yes. But again, me and Josh Goodwin, Raptors Digest, teaming up from 2:15 to 3 p.m. However, I am live from 2 to 4 for that trade deadline watch along with a betting twist. I work for a sports gambling media company. So it'll be betting related, but I want to be answering your questions. I want to be interacting with you guys. So I hope to see you at that watch party tomorrow. 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern. Link again is top of chat. Just get yourself subscribed to the channel so you know when we go live and you don't forget, you don't miss out. I saw the Lakers trade, yeah. I love the trade for all three teams. Fred VanVleet here, maybe for the final time. 2:45 to go. Fred working on Roby, stepping back for two. Tough shot, way off. Fred has not been at the races today. Respectfully, Bam Adebayo is better than DeAndre Ayton. Oh, big 5 gifted members. Sorry, my voice is shot, boys and girls and ladies. Big 5 gifted members from 905 Yada. Thank you so much, 905 Yada, for dropping in those 5 gifted memberships. 905 Yada has gifted by far the most amount of members to this community. Thank you so much for always showing the outstanding support on this channel. A very recognized name in this community for very good reason. Always coming through, bringing the good vibes and sharing the wealth with the community. Very much appreciate that. Once again, 905 Yada.
That's why he's the GOAT.
That's why.
The GOAT.
Thank you once again. Very, very grateful to have you with that. Sorry, I'd get more excited, but my voice genuinely will not allow me to. I just hope I can speak tomorrow. I am doing that watch party from 2 to 4. I also host a betting show every morning at 11:20 a.m. on The Board on YouTube, The Board YouTube channel. I hope to, I'm going to power through, but I got to do it. I got to talk for 3 hours tomorrow on camera. I need my voice. Hopefully it doesn't go. Siakam mid-range. Siakam is fucking cooking. Cooking. 14 for 19, 35 points for Siakam. 9 rebounds, 7 assists. He might sneak into the double-double with a rebound. Let's see. I guess because Bam's defense is Phoenix saying is better, which it is. Offense, Bam's offense this season, he's taken a big step. I don't know if I'll put him quite. He's an all-star. I think Miami fans would prefer Bam. I think Raptors fans would prefer Siakam. I guess when you have Butler already, Bam makes sense. But when Siakam's like your top dog, it doesn't make sense. I think it depends what you need. For us, it's more important to have Siakam. Wow, 5-second violation there. I I think Siakam, if like you need a best player, it's Siakam. If you need like a complimentary player, it's Adebayo. Tier-wise makes sense. New subscriber, thank you so much to Skeng G for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. Appreciate that sub. You just subscribed yourself to Raptors videos and content all throughout the week and live stream watch parties for as many Raptors games as I can. Thank you so much to Skeng G for doing that. Everybody, welcome them on into the Amateur Hour Army. And join Skeng G by subscribing. You want to see all this great content. You like the Raptors, you'll love Amateur Hour Sports. Get subscribed today. Trade deadline tomorrow. Lots of content. Lots of content coming your way. Also, subscribe to The Hammer on YouTube. I pinned the link in chat for me and Josh Goodwin's watch party tomorrow from 2 to 4. I'm going live from 2 to 4. Josh Goodwin joins from 2:15 to 3. Myself and Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest collabing. Come on, you guys, that's historical in the Raptors media sphere. When the rap scene to look a bit more in sync without OG. Just the thing I've liked since OG left is that you have a point guard and then a shooting guard and then two forwards and a big. Like it's nicer, I guess. But I mean, like OG, you could do that with as well. But it's just the fit isn't quite there with the core, which is a problem. New member coming through now. Shout out to not a Raptors fan for becoming a member, joining the Amateur Hour Army Veterans Club by becoming a member. Thank you so much to not a Raptors fan for joining in, supporting the channel. It is not necessary. The content is free, but I always very much appreciate the people that do go out of their way to support like that. Thank you so much to not a Raptors fan for that. As I mentioned earlier, Raptors' upcoming schedule is very manageable. The deadline tomorrow is going to be very interesting because Masai might smell a bit of blood with the upcoming schedule. I'd have Butler over Bam. I think the playoffs is where Butler really becomes the superstar player. Like how like often have we seen him? Other than that trash series he had against the Bucks in the year after the bubble, where they got swept and he got outscored by Bryn Forbes. Butler has risen up to a different level in the playoffs, where Bam a lot of time has fallen to a different level. Like I'd rather have Jimmy. Impact so far this season, like the Heat are where they are because of Bam. I'll agree with that though. The way Bam has played this year has been outstanding. Bam has taken a new step this season, which I didn't think he could do. They trade for Jakob. I think they need shooting guard that complements Fred. They keep him. I agree. A guy like Malik Beasley, who obviously you can't trade for because he's good, but like that. You need a spot up shooter in the shooting guard position. I agree. If you get Josh Richardson with Poeltl, then that makes a bit of sense. Josh Richardson can be that shooter. He's having a good shooting season. So I wouldn't mind that at all. I think they'd be open to trading Richardson. I don't know why the starters are still in, to be honest. I guess Nurse is letting them maybe play their final minutes. 1:20 to go, guys. This is Siakam will probably be here, but maybe not. Fred might get traded tomorrow. Gary's out already, but Gary might get traded tomorrow. This is potentially the last time you see these guys all together. It's been a wild ride in this era. That is for sure. Win by 12. Oh, somebody's got the spread. I didn't realize. Man, Dexter, that's why you've been so keen on this. You got the plus 11 or the minus 11. I didn't realize. It's a 10-point game. I don't think they cover here, but we'll see. They probably have to score this possession. Siakam stepping back on Johnson. Man, Dexter. Siakam is him. Siakam is him. Wesley layup. Blocked by Achua. Boucher to the rim. Fouled. Ooh, that and one would have sealed it. But it doesn't seal it. It doesn't quite seal it here. Would you bet your life on the 2019 Raptors getting 2 games from the 2017 Warriors? I don't think I'd bet my life on many things. I definitely wouldn't bet it on that. Boucher connects both from the line. It's a 13-point game. Not 14-point game, excuse me. Roby outside for Richardson. For 3, nice defense by Pascal, and Fred corrals that rebound. Raptors will win this game. Remember, this could be the final time you see this team as we know it. VanVleet, Siakam on the court right now with Boucher, Barnes, and Achua. Boucher for 3 doesn't go. Achua and Barnes, I think it's safe to say they are safe. Siakam probably, but there is a chance for sure that it could be the final time we see Fred VanVleet here. And he's, I wouldn't say arguably, but Fred VanVleet is a top 10 Raptor of all time. And these are the final seconds he may spend in a uniform. That is Pascal Siakam's double-double right there. Gets that 10th rebound right there. And again, reminding you guys that this could be... I'm not going to list my top 10 right now. Because I do it top of my head, I'll forget somebody and people get upset. But this could be the final time Fred VanVleet plays in a Raptors uniform. This could be the final time Jakob Poeltl plays in a Spurs uniform. Jakob Poeltl. Top 5? Lowry first. And then the other other parts of top 5. Carter, Kawhi. You have to. You just have to. You have to. Carter, Kawhi, DeRozan. He's got all those records. And I'm putting Pascal above Bosch. Call it a hot take. I am. I'm putting Pascal above Bosch. All right. I knew I might just lit a flame in chat, but sorry. All right. 100 likes in the stream. Thank you, guys. Raptors, hey, we'll give them a little. They come away with the win here. And what might be... Oh, play this. And what might be the final day of the Raptors as we know it. It may be the final day of my voice as we know it, as it is petering off into the distance here. All right, so we're on the same page as Siakam, maybe some people. Okay, let's go into our post-game show here. Encore. All right, post-game show. The Raptors in possibly the final game from this team as we know it. Come away with the win against the San Antonio Spurs at home. A certain player from the Spurs may not be leaving with his team and might stay in Toronto beyond the trade deadline. We'll see on that, and we'll see which Raptors players might be going away. We'll talk about this game in particular, how we got the dub, and Siakam's unreal performance. And we will be discussing what you can really expect from the Raptors before tomorrow's, or if you're watching this in the post-game show, today's 3 p.m. trade deadline. Jason, breaking news from Jason. Good players play well when they play bad teams. Breaking. Good player has good game against bad team. All right. Do this against this stuff. Man, you have not been watching Pascal Siakam the last season and a half. All right. So the Raptors come away with the win here against the San Antonio Spurs, 112-98. I'm sick. My voice is going away. As you can tell, based on what you're hearing right now, my voice is shot. But we're going to do our best to soldier on through this one and soldier on through this post-game show. The Raptors, as I mentioned, with this win here. And this game might have a bit more meaning. Yeah, it's just a game against the San Antonio Spurs. But you know what? The Raptors have just won 3 games in a row. I believe they've only done that once this season. If not, this is the first time we have done that this season. But the bigger implications, of course, at the moment are on the Raptors and their plans going toward tomorrow, or if you're watching this post-game show, the February 9th trade deadline, which is at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Jay Conda, thank you so much for that super chat once again. Jay Conda always coming through supporting the super chats. Second super chat today, and all we want to do is wish everybody to have a great night. Have a good night as well, Jay Conda. Appreciate that once again. Thank you so much for doing that. Jacob's mid, man, that's disrespectful. I'm doing my best, man. I can barely talk, and I'm trying to give you guys streaming content. Just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but I'm not butthurt. Or was I? Thank you, Jay Conda. What was I talking about? Right, the bigger implications. Fred VanVleet is a name that's been floated around. Same with Trent. They were out here tonight. It could be the last time we see them. I think there's partially some sort of possibility where this is the last time as well we see Siakam, but I would highly doubt that. But a very real possibility. This is the last time you see Trent in a Raptors uniform, VanVleet in a Raptors uniform, and possibly the last time you see Jakob Poeltl in a Spurs uniform. And we'll go through that a little bit later on. But let's talk about what went into this Raptors win. It was mostly comfortable. A pretty poor second quarter got the Spurs back in the game, but the Raptors controlled the third quarter and were in control of the fourth quarter completely. Let's go to why it was in control, and a big reason was the outstanding night from Pascal Siakam. 37 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. If that wasn't impressive enough, 15 for 21 shooting. Siakam was on it from the jump and helped carry us onto this win. Further down, we see some not great numbers from Fred VanVleet. 16 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 steals, which is nice, and a block. Unfortunately, 4 turnovers, which I guess he makes up for a bit with his steals, but still better. We want better. And what is unfortunate is the 5 for 16 shooting and 1 for 7 for 3. Thankfully, did not need him to be exceptional today. Gary Trent, like I said, another one who could be on the way out. 6 for 16, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. For Gary Trent Jr., this is nothing, he's prone to games like this. It's solid, it's not great, but it's Gary shooting the basketball. Barnes and Achua weren't at their most effective tonight, but they still put up good numbers. Both get 10 points. Scotty Barnes gets 9 rebounds, Achua gets 7. Barnes gets 4 assists. Barnes shoots 4 for 10, Achua 4 for 6. We did not have to be extraordinary today to take down the Spurs team. We were favored by 11, got the cover as well. Boucher, another excellent game off the bench. He has 18 of the bench's 24 points in this game. He was 6 for 10, 11 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks as well. And the biggest thing right now for Boucher is what is allowing him to go on such a good run is that threes are falling. I think this is 9 games in a row or so where he's hit a 3, and he was 2 for 4 from deep today. That was a big deal. There was a lot of guys shooting, taking a lot of shots for the Spurs. They're not that good of a team, but you can only beat what is in front of you. And the Raptors did just that. They shoot 49% from the field. They shoot 36% from three. I'll take that every day of the week. Spurs shoot 40 and 28. Similar shots. We take 88. They take 87, but we make 43 to their 35. That's your separation. Yeah, we got a lot more rebounds. A lot of those because of the defensive ones due to their poor shooting night. Turnover-wise, wasn't our best. We commit 17, but thankfully they commit 16 and don't punish us there. This game straight up comes down to efficiency. The Raptors had Siakam, who was hyper efficient today and helped lead us to this victory. A comfortable victory in the end, as I mentioned, 14 points. Now, what's interesting as we head towards the trade deadline, there's a lot that could happen. The Raptors could rinse the team. The Raptors, there's a possibility they straight up do nothing, which I would be annoyed with, but I think the likely scenario is that very little happens. One key player gets traded, something along the lines of that. It seems though there is a lot of interest from the Raptors to picking up Jakob Poeltl. A lot of interest in getting Poeltl. I'd love to bring in Poeltl. And I think if they bring him in, there would be discussions of an extension being in place for Poeltl to sign to remain here. Jakob Poeltl, I think there's a misconception about his longevity here. People in chat today were talking about him as some veteran player bringing in. Jakob Poeltl's 27 years old, so any contract he signs, he's pretty much signing to play through his prime. And I'm not sure Masai Ujiri is super keen on completely resetting this team. So Poeltl helps you for the rest of the season and helps you, more importantly, beyond that. But for the rest of the season, now I'm pretty firmly set on the fact that I'd like to kind of go in the different direction here on the season. But we've won 3 games in a row. We are 26 and 30. The 6th place Miami Heat would be tough to catch, but they're on 29, maybe 30 wins after today if they finish the job against the Pacers. Not completely out of reach. And then you go to the Raptors' upcoming schedule. Again, I'm saying I'm comfortable losing the rest of the way, but Raptors might just win out of this. They might win out of this slump here. Upcoming 9 games are all pretty winnable. We have the Jazz at home on Friday, Pistons at home, Magic at home, 3 very winnable games. Pelicans at home after the All-Star break. They've been struggling. You might win that. Pistons again is winnable. Cleveland away is tough. Then you have the Bulls at home, winnable. You have the Wizards twice away, very winnable games as well. There's a lot of games upcoming. The Raptors might be able to win. And we don't have a direction necessarily set by the front office. I feel like our record has kind of picked itself. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to completely rule out the front office thinking we can try to win some things. But I will say, again, my side is I'd like to subdue ourselves in this season. I would like to pick up Poeltl just because you get that now. You sign him, you've got him for next season. You don't need to go into the offseason wondering where your rim protector is going to come from. But we don't even know if that's going to happen. My prediction is Jakob Poeltl does get traded to the Raptors. However, other than that, I predict OG and Anunoby will stay. I think the Raptors will ask for too much, and just no deal will happen. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think Siakam will stay. I think Trent and VanVleet are very much live, though, as is OG, but I think Trent and VanVleet in particular are very live going into tomorrow. Now, again, I'm not ruling out the Raptors going for it this season. Not going for it, but hey, just go out there and play. We're not going to commit to tanking, but see if you can string some wins together. I would like to focus on not rebuilding, but retooling for next season at this point. But if you can't get those trades, you can't make a lot of deals happen, and you know what? You still have a good team in play. I'm just saying, the next 9 games could put you in a decent position to get into a playoff position. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I support that. I'm saying it's a possibility and a reality that the Raptors could be facing here. Let's appreciate tonight. This is possibly the last time we saw a lot of guys in Raptors uniforms, beyond just the core here. A lot could go down. There could be fireworks. There could be nothing. There could be very little. My prediction is 1 or 2 trades for the Raptors. Shake things up. I support it. But I think the fan base collectively can say at this point that they are prepared for something new. They are prepared for some changes here. And I think there's excitement about what the next chapter of this team could possibly be. That wraps up for today from Amateur Hour. Please make sure if you did enjoy, you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. It does go a long way to supporting us. And want to remind you guys, February 9th, Thursday, trade deadline day. It's here from 2 to 4 p.m. on The Hammer YouTube channel, youtube.com/@TheHammerHQ. I'm going live for a trade deadline watch party and bonus for Raptors fans from 2:15 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be joined by Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest Amateur Hour and Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest Amateur Hour, partially coming together for the very first time on the Hammer YouTube channel to live react to the trade deadline. Editor Adam, please put the link to the Hammer HQ YouTube channel in the comment or in the description or the pinned comment on the post-game show. If you're watching the live stream right now, it is pinned at the top of chat. Go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat to get the link to go subscribe to the Hammer HQ and tune into that stream. Thank you, everybody. On the post-game show, we'll see you again next time as the Raptors take on the Jazz on Friday. Maybe a new look team for us, and maybe Russell Westbrook suiting up for the Jazz. All right, I did see the Josh Hart thing. I just wanted to go through my post-game show uninterrupted. Luke Sherman, an Omad timed you out. Please don't spam in. W's, I guess, are allowed. The only, what? It's a W. You're allowed to spam W's. My mistake. Josh Hart traded. Knicks are trading Cam Reddish and a future first-round pick to the Blazers for Josh Hart. Bro. What are the Blazers doing, man? What are the Blazers doing? Yo. First of all, what are the Blazers doing? Second of all, Knicks are not trading for OG Anunoby. The Knicks are Hart's the 3 now. I love that pickup by the Knicks. I think that fits really well. But the Knicks, I think we can safely say the Knicks are no longer trading for OG Anunoby. Wow, that does take away one of the suitors for OG. However, I think it's a bad move by the Blazers. Cam Reddish doesn't do much. OG will not be going to the Knicks. OG the Blazers is all of a sudden live though. Wow, I didn't think about that angle. Blazers are definitely live for OG. I mean, I would prefer, I'm happy the Knicks are out. I didn't want OG to go to the Knicks. Ain't no fucking way I want Siakam and Barnes going up against OG 4 times a season. Fuck that shit. But damn, I actually didn't think about that. Blazers stocking picks here. That has to be something they flip. Because that is not worth it for them. A first and Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is nothing. Cam Reddish is a nothing player. For Josh Hart's a good player. Josh Hart's a solid player. I would not want OG on the Knicks, so I kind of like that. Okay. But Blazers maybe. Shaden Sharp and picks for OG. Don't say never. Never say never. Okay, guys. That wraps it up. Like I said, if you guys have enjoyed the content, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like up the stream. I'll be live on Friday on this channel as the Raptors play the Utah Jazz. I will also... Sorry, my voice is going. I will also be live tomorrow for the trade deadline. The trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not in Eastern Standard Time right now, that is 16 hours away. 16, is it 16? Yes. No, 17. 17. That is 17 hours away. I will be going live from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Hammer YouTube channel. I have pinned the Hammer YouTube channel in the link in chat. It's pinned at the top of chat. I also have put the link right now into chat for the stream. I'll be going live on the Hammer YouTube channel at 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. Big for Raptors fans, Raptors YouTube fans. I will be joined from 2:15 to 3 p.m. Eastern by Josh Goodwin of Raptors Digest. The collab is finally here. It's happening on the Hammer YouTube channel tomorrow for the trade deadline. Please subscribe to the Hammer on YouTube so you can catch that stream when it happens and catch up and ask me questions, hang out with me. You know I love to interact with chat. It'll be worth your while to show up there. All right, guys. Fun win. Appreciate this team. Maybe it is the end of the team as we know it. All right, guys. We will, what did you tag me in? He got traded right before tip-off. Are Portland playing right now? Damn, Portland about to play. Josh Hart got warmed up and everything. They're like, Joshy. All right, that is kind of funny. All right, Soul Train. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. All right, again, appreciate everybody. I got